shit.
Welcome everybody to Intelligent Aces episode number 89. I am your host, Mayonnaise Chase, the mayonnaise of Intelligent Aces. Welcome in everybody. Welcome in Nemo. We got my co-host here, Nemo. We got my other co-host here, Nightingale. What's going on, everybody?
Trying to check your audio on Twitch, and I have an ad.
I should also probably do that.
Yeah, I'm going over there right now, doing all that good stuff. I was trying to do that during the ads. Mayonnaise Chase.
YouTube side is great. I'm gonna go ahead and post the YouTube link instead of the Twitch link, seeing as how Twitch likes to bury people in ads. But audio sounds good on both sides. Hello, everybody. Hope you've been well. Welcome back.
I got it there now.
It's another week, people.
I got it there now.
Almost over with.
Here I go.
Froze everything. Cool. So I know we're talking about doing that one article first, but let's go ahead and start with our headliner deal. And so you can hit the little media deal, and there's a headliner stinger.
Hang on, I think I got it. Aha! My favorite button.
I sent you the link to add that to it.
All right.
Titties.
All right. So you want me to bring this up?
Yeah, bring it up.
Got it. Give me 2 seconds on its way.
Yeah.
Share screen and share. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy.
Hang on, I gotta make sure that I can actually see where the fabric is.
Does anybody want to go?
Welcome into the episode.
Fur Burger, the home of the Fur Burger. Can I take your order?
No, you may not. For favor, you may not.
Yeah, Kim Kardashian's.
Why would you wear that?
Drop new underwear collection featuring faux hair.
Why would you wear that? Ugh.
Bro, fashion is a mistake.
That actually almost made me gag.
Holy shit. Is this AI generated?
I hope to fuck it is.
Oh my god.
You're telling me she actually released that?
No. Dude, fucking Gwyneth Paltrow made a fucking candle that smells like her vagina, bro. Like, what the fuck? These fucking celebrities are stupid and weird as hell.
If you candle that smells like cooch, just get a fish candle. Damn.
I'm pretty sure that's probably what it
Get a
was.
fish pond. Then you can at least look at the fish that's giving the stank. I'm looking this up. Hang on.
Oh, you don't believe me? Yeah, look up Gwyneth Paltrow's goop shit. She's got some
I'm not looking up your
stuff.
goop shit. I'm looking up Kim's bush.
I wouldn't Google search that. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Probably no, I know if I search. Oh my god, it's real.
And
it's skin colored beneath it.
What's the price tag on that?
Oh my god.
What's the over under? Wait, before you tell me, before you tell us, Night.
I
what do you
gotta
think?
find the fucking price first.
On the coochie candle?
Yeah, no. These underwear.
On the bush thong.
Yeah.
Okay, so she's gonna try to sell this at a premium for sure. There's no way this is not like $49 to $100.
I'm guessing 69. I'm gonna go 69.
You think the magic number? You really think you're gonna get the magic number on this?
I'm gonna go 69. You're gonna say 49. I'll go 69.
So I found this on TMZ. I have found no such talk of price yet. Skims, the ultimate bush. Serving up a whole new way to let the garden grow.
Listen.
Yep, Kim rolled out her new faux hair pantry.
The marketing fucking speaks for
line
itself.
With a retro 70s throwback. The golden era of full frontal foliage.
Hey, Nemo, I need you to put earmuffs on for a minute. just for like 30 seconds. Just put earmuffs on and walk away.
You know what? I can do this.
Okay, yeah. Okay. So
Your head in the
man to
sand.
man here real quick. Why would women pay for this dude when they literally already have full freaking like jungles down there? Like every single one I've ever met has like been like gorilla down there. It's like you reach down.
Bro,
you
I don't
grab-
know where you're fucking.
I'm just saying there's
I
been
mean,
a time or two where I
thing
found
is,
full
they
Yeti.
all have they all have the ability to just wait like 3 weeks. Right?
Yeti.
You know what I mean? So
Why would you pay for this? Okay, Nemo, you can take your earmuffs out. We're gonna be polite and cordial again.
Somehow I don't believe you, so I think I'm just gonna sit in the corner here where I feel safe.
Holy shit, this is a real thing.
Real. I can't find a fucking price though, and I'm glad.
oh, I found it. I found the price.
No,
No.
shut up.
Yeah.
No, shut up.
Is this gonna be at her secret, or is
No,
this
there's literally it's skims.com.
Oh
Not
shit!
hard to find. In
Okay.
fact, there's even more colors.
Oh my god! All right, fine, fuck it.
Oh my god! No,
I'm
just let me.
so deleting my browser history after this.
I'll just send you the link. I'll just send
Nope,
you the
I've
link,
already done it.
dude.
I've done the thing.
Well, we were both wrong on the price, though.
Really?
I don't know if I would share this.
I'm not
This
bringing it
actual
up. I'm just
page.
looking at it myself. Underwear.
But bro, the colors and there's colors and then there's patterns to the colors. God damn it. Okay.
Found it yet, thank God.
Clay blonde straight. Clay ginger straight. Clay brown curly.
Ew.
Black curly. Blonde curly. Gross. This is fucking awful, dude. This is fucking awful.
And what's the price?
$32.
You're
Oh,
paying
God.
$32 to put on a fake
The
bush.
thing is, how do you know if it's actually fake?
Ugh.
Okay, I'm done. I'm out. I'm gone. Nope. Bye. Good.
All right, come back.
Okay, that is probably the highlight of my day, week, month, and I was not ready. This was not on my bingo card of shit I was expecting ever in my life. Thank you.
No.
Oh,
There's,
that actually almost made
that's-
me hurl. Don't say that again.
That's why we call them headliners, boys.
No.
That's the whole
No.
point.
No.
Now I know why you kept this a secret.
Yeah.
Victoria, make it a secret again.
Mm.
All right, do you want a
Yep.
palate cleanser? Here's a palate cleanser.
No,
I
want
need
eye
need
bleach.
like holy water.
No,
What-
palate
what do
cleanser
we
right
got?
here. Coming in.
I'm
coming
pretty
in.
sure even if we tried to go near holy water, it would just evaporate.
Share that one.
Why
All
was
right.
there? Why
Share
is
that
there a
palate cleanser.
wheelchair?
Meow. Yeet.
Aw. Captain of French fries.
Yeah. Look at that. Look at there's a palate cleanser.
Yeah, that's the closest thing we're gonna get to holy water. I approve
Yeah.
of this message.
Yeah. Oh, there
Holy
you go.
shit. Yes.
Anyway,
$32 bush thongs.
How?
I mean,
as
you really
weeks-
just went from furry pussy to furry pussy. I'm just saying.
I
yeah.
wasn't gonna say that. I really wasn't gonna say it. I thought it, and I wasn't gonna say it, and you did. That's on you. That's on you.
And
know that?
you did.
That's all on you. Okay.
Yep, that's me. Okay,
Um.
I am not
So-
ashamed.
I guess we could just we can kind of tweak the way what we were talking about by going into what we've been doing, like how this week's been going, what we've been playing. Of course, obviously, we've been playing some Battlefield 6
Yep.
since it launched, since the last podcast. And we were going to talk about the campaign, how it was a 5, how the IGN gave it a 5 or whatever, and then what our actual thoughts were. In my initial thoughts, weirdly enough, I gave it a 5 as well. I was like, this is fucking real not good. Because I thought it was going to go in a different direction. I am. I would say it's a solid 7.5, 8 campaign. Like it's nothing super special. It is a good campaign, good game. I thought there was enough like variety of missions to do. So yeah, I think the 5 is wholly unjustified. I think I saw a much more feminist girl power story at the very beginning, and it fucking really pissed me off. It got away from it, so I was
That's
more
good.
happy with it. Yeah.
Very nice.
It kind of
Yeah,
feels
what'd you
like game directors are starting to maybe just a little bit listen to us. Mention.
Yeah.
So I didn't have the initial reaction Ace had when playing through the campaign. So I played it in a series of 3. So there's 9 missions total. Day 1, first moments in the game was going immediately to the campaign because I wanted to go in and experience some of the story first before just going to degen fully into multiplayer. Because I mean, that's ultimately what you're going to do in Battlefield.
Oh yeah.
My initial reactions are on stream for that, and it wasn't bad. The first 3 missions, I understood the idea, because I'm not going to try to spoil it because it is within still the first 14 days, and I do honor the 14-day no spoiler thing. So I will.
Good on you.
On the internet, I give it 14 days, and then after that, I'll spoil the shit out of anything.
Oh yeah.
But the first 3 missions, there was definitely a turn that I was kind of curious if this was going to go towards that direction, but I wasn't mad about it because I knew that Battlefield is a pretty unique storytelling method that is pretty consistent, where they will use certain devices a lot to kind of change how they tell the story.
Mm-hmm.
But the actual opening sequence mission was definitely a holy shit moment where you're going, for real, you're doing this right now? Like, this was normally I would have expected as a mid to late game like a late game story, but they went right for it right away. Then took a couple days off, went back and saw the next 3 missions, which was probably my favorite part of the story. Again, gonna honor the 14-day no spoilers, but the 1 mission with Everest was awesome. That's all I'm going to say. Ace knows what I'm talking about. And I thought that was a cool twist to it. The ending of it overall actually was a little more predictable to me as a writer. I kind of picked up based on how things were kind of being laid out. And I guess this is one of the disadvantages of being a video editor, writer, and stuff like that. I kind of started picking up the story layout and going, okay, I think I know what the device they're going to use to do it. But I let it happen naturally without trying to dive to it. And I'm like, yeah, it actually ended up being a cool story. I would say if I had to rate this based on my experiences, I played it on veteran. Ace played it on normal, I believe is what you played it on to go through it.
Yeah.
So I took the harder difficulty just because that's what I'm used to playing. For that experience, I ended up saying probably a 7.5 to 8.5, depending on your playthrough experience of being able to see it kind of in one sitting. It's hard to tell when you break it up into sections of 3, where most games I beat within maybe when Battlefield 3 came out, I think I beat that in the day. I started in the morning and beat it by night, or it was the first thing next morning. But from everything that I remember going through it, paying attention, I would say it's a 7 to 8. The issues that I had were I didn't find it as there weren't like some of the traditional special operations things you would expect. One thing I would say I will praise or applaud Call of Duty for is there was a few moments in some of the original Modern Warfares where they had the sync-up shots. I think you'd probably know of this one, Ace, is where they count down and you all do the shot together.
Yeah.
Or it comes in and it slows down bullet time, and you all come in and then you break out a room real quick. There were certain micro moments, but
those
I
didn't feel
get
very good though, did they?
well. Okay, the reason why I say if it's done right, done in a right manner, it brings you. It's like a great way to open up the shot, where
Yeah.
like you come out of a cutscene and then it's in-game cutscene where they're actually moving through, and then they frame up at a door, and then they count down 3, 2, 1, and then the game really starts on the explosion where
Yeah.
the guys all break through the door, and you're shooting each one of the targets through the slow down thing.
Yeah.
There was like moments like that where you could have had small micro moments where you could have improved certain user experiences in storytelling devices. But I understand why they didn't, because they didn't want the way they move the story. They don't want to make it unrealistic, because while yes, time dilation is a real thing, you can technically slow time down to a sense due to adrenaline and stuff like that. It's not going to be this over dramatic idea, because there's people who talk about when they push you off of like a high ledge, you can actually, some people can see the hyper numbers counting down on a clock because your adrenaline's pumping and you can get more information in, but it's not actually slowing time down. So I get where they didn't do that. For where the story was told and how they were telling it, I didn't miss the grandeur of massive battlefields. Take like carrier-based scenes where you're dealing with stuff on top of, you're walking around on carriers. I didn't miss any of that type of stuff that has been in a few Battlefields before, where you got to get down to the shit, where it makes you feel like you're more in the soldier's position.
Yeah.
I didn't miss that grandeur, because most of the things you were following as was a special operations unit under MARSOC. So it made sense for the storytelling.
Okay.
Do I wish we had a little more true SOCOM level missions to it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well,
but for the story device of what they were telling, I don't think for what you're getting, this wasn't a bad story. Definitely felt like it was a undeserved 5. I don't know what is your standard to hold that to a 5 to?
Yeah, so there's a few of the follow missions or whatever, the very beginning, there's a walk and talk bull crap or whatever. And I also found it like they're going with Marines. It wasn't actual dev group, it wasn't actual dev like special operators. These are like, maybe a little bit higher than your normal infantry.
I thought they were DevGru.
No, they were just standard Marines. Because DevGru is SEAL team, so that's SEALs or like Army.
But if you're under
Rangers
MARSOC, MARSOC is the Force Recon of the Marine Corps. MARSOC is the new name for it, so they were the special operators. At least from my understanding of how Marine, and I could be wrong. It's been a minute since I was looking this up, but I believe MARSOC is the let me actually Google it. MARSOC. MARSOC is Marine Corps Force Special Operation Command. So yes, they were
okay.
They were a special ops group. So these guys were not just your run-of-the-mill Marine. So they definitely did have a special operator tag.
Okay.
Now, does Dagger really exist in the Marines? I have no idea. We know the SEALs exist, but it doesn't matter at that point.
Dagger, Dagger 1-3. Well, I mean, it's just their call sign, I think.
Yeah.
So it was fine. It was fine enough. I have no real issues with a lot of things about the game. I kind of wish, though. So there was that one mission, like I told you, right toward the end, like it's the second to last mission, where you're in that open like villa area and you're taking out those targets. That was really cool. It's kind of open ended. You could kind of pick which direction you wanted to go.
Yep.
I thought that was really cool. I wish they
Yep.
had more of those. I wish there was more of those style maps or missions
Where it's
in
more
any
Assassin's
game.
Creedy and how you can approach it.
Yeah, Far Cry. Yeah. You can
Mm.
kind of, and then I also wish that would be like a Spec Ops mission, and when you could go in at night, or you could do like you could pick, like, you want to go in quiet with suppressors, or do you want to
Yeah.
go loud?
Yes.
All
So
that stuff.
that was
Like,
my thing. I wanted to
yeah,
try to do that as stealthy as possible.
but you
But
don't
The
have
game said
suppressors
nah.
or anything. Yeah.
no, you can't do it. Eventually you will set something off. It's impossible.
Aw.
I tried looking and there was no way to do it where you could pick them off. One thing I
No,
wanted
'cause
to point out that I had been looking at is I wanted to look at the difference between the different battlefields. Because this was something he initially had, Ace had initially said, which was he thought it was a very generic story day one. Like it was kind of this uninspiring, kind of the words that they had used on the review.
Well, like I said,
And-
what the enemy force or whatever was, you're basically fighting another United States Army or United States military force. Like they have
correct.
the
And
same style technology you have, the same style tactics.
yeah.
It's basically all you're fighting yourself more or less.
So I pulled this up to put some stuff together because I wanted to kind of show you what the last three battlefields, or to show you what the last two battlefields have been about, and just so that it's a comparison in the overall stories. So Battlefield 3 campaign summary was it set in 2014. You play as multiple characters across a globe-trotting narrative. The main protagonist is Staff Sergeant Henry Blackburn, a U.S. Marine who uncovers a terrorist plot while deployed in Iraq and Iran. The story jumps between various operations as Blackburn and his unit try to prevent a major attack on the United States. The campaign features iconic moments such as jet combat, tank battles, and urban warfare through Paris and New York. The threat was the PLR, the People's Liberation and Resistance, a fictional Iranian paramilitary insurgents group led by Solomon, who orchestrates the terrorist attack, including the plans to detonate nuclear devices at major West cities. Campaign for Battlefield 4 was set in 2020. You play as Sergeant Daniel Wrecker, part of an elite Tombstone squad. The campaign takes place during a fictional war between the United States, China, and Russia. After rescuing a Chinese VIP who holds intelligence about a military coup, Tombstone becomes hunted both by the Chinese military forces and Russian interests. The story moves from Shanghai to Singapore as a squad fights to prevent an all-out war between the superpowers. The threat is Admiral Chang Wei, of the rogue military officer who stages a coup to overthrow China's government and frames the United States for assassinating Chinese President candidate Zhen Ji, pushing the world towards World War III. So when we get the PAZ in Battlefield 6, it felt like it was a proper thing to do because we didn't want to go down, I think, the down the usual Iranian, Afghanistan, Saudi, Iraqi terrorist,
Yeah,
thing.
Russian,
Again, 'cause I feel like-
Chinese. That
feels like beating like a dead horse. If you're going to try to say, let's try something right now that's a little bit different, making it a front that is not your usual China, Russia, terror group or whatever. This actually felt like a story. Again, 14-day story spoiler stuff. I'm not going to say what, but it makes sense for this current story of where we're going, that it actually feels different. I think that's the redemption arc for Ace, I would believe, is part of that. It's not what you expect,
right?
As it develops. But then looking back a little bit further at just other stories that had been told, if you look at Medal of Honor and Medal of Honor Warfighter, it told those Iraqi, Afghanistan, Iran stories, the very desert Arab terror group stuff that you were taking out. Like it was all about that. And that's actually still some of my favorite war stories, even though they got poorly rated by IGN. Like I love the Medal of Honor games.
So to me, so here this is just a fucking thought from my side. Like,
yeah.
So in the last Call of Duty campaign that I played, and I've talked about it before, Modern Warfare 2, the remake one, they added a bunch of mechanics into the game. Like there's literally one mission that's been out for like 4 years now. So there's one mission where you're stranded and you're knocked off course or whatever. You don't have any of your gear, and it basically turns into like a survival horror game where you have a whole fucking paramilitary group and you're fucking diving in between, like going in and out of shops and stuff, and you're scavenging, finding like makeshift shivs so you can sneak up behind people and stab them or whatever, but then they break, or makeshift, like you're finding stuff to like make lock picks to get. So it like literally becomes a first person survival horror game where you're fucking searching for stuff and trying not to like get into a big gunfight or whatever. Super cool mechanic. Shows up nowhere else in the rest of the game. There's other things like that. So, but I think it feels to me like the Battlefield story doesn't even use all of Battlefield's mechanics, weirdly enough. So, like, there is a couple dedicated sniper missions, but none of them are like you're fucking posted up 1,000 meters out, looking for a target, which would be cool because there's like actual bullet drop physics and stuff like that are already built into the multiplayer anyway. There's one mission where you drive tanks. There's no missions where you fly or you fly a helicopter or whatever. Like, it just feels to me like they could have added stuff that the game already has the mechanics for it, and why they don't put it like, you know what I mean? Like, it was a tight, concise story. I have no like qualms about how that's set up, but like, it just feels to me like they could have added, a few more things to it. It doesn't take away from, like I said, I gave it a 7.5. You said 7, between 7 and 8, somewhere in there. That's it just, to me, like these games, they could go a little bit further, but as far like graphically, and it may be because I have a pretty decent graphics card or whatever, but like the game looks so fucking good. Like, to me, the game looks like what modern gaming should look like. Like, you can see all the features, even in mid-game, not just in cutscenes. Like,
but I mean, Frostbite Engine's cutscenes have always been chef's kiss.
Right.
They've always been. Like, I always compare it to like the old Diablo 3 cutscenes. Like, Diablo is like Blizzard has always had epic looking cutscenes.
Oh yeah, the
cutscenes
I
saw this was amazing.
Yeah, the cutscenes by far in a way were fucking unreal for sure. But I'm talking about like just you're walking behind another soldier and you can see every fucking line in their uniform, every fucking stitch.
Damn.
Yeah, and it's just like everything just looks that good. Yeah. The fucking particle effects when there's like fucking explosions and shit going off, like you can't see shit because there's just dust everywhere. Yeah. And it
should be.
To me, it feels it brings the realism in, very well.
So I do have a slight counterpoint for you on your not taking advantage of everything.
Yeah.
That would also lie under the fact of you would have every game becoming the same game. Because in, I believe, 4, there is an amphibious assault mission where you do go out in one of the amphibious things and you are going up to a shore. But this thing, you're controlling the full thing and you're actually having to take shit out in the water completely, like full driving this thing.
You do that in this game.
Well, I'm saying, I think it was like I think it was a
steer.
Boat, is what I'm saying.
It was an amphibian. You launch from a ship, go through because you're shooting the mines out of the water, right?
No. I'm talking Battlefield 4.
I know, but I'm saying there's a mission pretty much exactly like this.
But it was more of a point A to point B, where the whole purpose of this one, I believe, in 4 was to be a full water-based mission. Because one of the packs on it was a full amphibious assault kind of thing.
It would have been cool to which is why I thought most of and this goes back to like you're saying, like every story could be the same or whatever. But I always thought it was kind of cool with some of the Call of Duty campaigns where you switch between who your main characters are, which you do in this game too. But what I mean is like you're playing as Dagger, but then there's another squad, or there's a helicopter squad, and
Yes.
you do switch between like one tank squad or whatever. But like, it'd be cool to switch into the fighter pilot and fucking do some bombing runs with the fighter jets, because these are already like, you can already fly jets and do that shit in this in the multiplayer.
Yeah.
So it just feels to me like, because like, other games have those type of missions, and there is no jets in the multiplayer. Like, you don't ever use that mechanic again. This game already has those mechanics in it, and that's all I'm saying. Like I said, it doesn't take away from it. It'd just be cool if they did do that. And in the future, I would like some Spec Ops style PvP missions in those big maps where you and a fucking squad of 4, you basically make your own fucking dev crew with your buddies or whatever. You squad up and then you take out, because those maps are fucking massive. And if you had to fight bots or do it at night with night vision, and you're trying to fucking get in and get intel out or whatever without going loud, and it'd just be, I don't know.
It would
be really great if they followed up with any of that. I'm afraid that EA, they're more going to be focused on just the multiplayer, and then when they drop the battle pass, then they'll be focused on the battle pass, and we'll never see.
I can understand that fear.
Offline PvP content stuff anymore, or PvE content stuff.
I would like to see, though, and this will have to go to somebody else. Like, it can't just be Battlefield or Call of Duty, but I would actually like to see a non-PvP focused single player multiplayer game where you can go play with buddies, but it's a story where it is you're going in and it's very focused around a full 10, 12 mission war, special ops thing.
So
that would be nice and different.
The Ghost Recon games, Ghost Recon Wildlands, and then Breakpoint. Wildlands, you're in Belize and you're dismantling a cartel. And you play as the Ghost, which is they're a dev crew. And what's really cool about that is it's third person. I think you can switch to first person too. So it's third person. You can fully customize all your weapons. You can fucking customize your look. You could rock fucking flannel shirts and big bushy beards and fucking Oakley sunglasses and shit, to blend in or whatever. Or you could rock full tactical gear if you want. To me, like, those games are really fun. They're very open world. You can jump in a helicopter, fly a helicopter, jump on dirt bikes, ride dirt bikes. Awesome. Fucking awesome games. Breakpoint was more futuristic. There was some more, like, you fought some drone shit or whatever. There was some cool, like, a drone would fly over and like, hit the dirt. So you fall down and like cover yourself in mud so you could like hide from these.
Heat seek.
I still think one of the greatest special ops missions was the original Modern Warfare, where you're in the carnival area and you're having to sneak through that shit with Captain Brights. That was a sick mission. And it's like stuff like that I miss in some of the games, but I also have to realize you need to tell different stories. But being able to get super complex mechanics and having to sneak through, having to shoot at the exact time, or you fail. I remember trying to beat that crap on Veteran on Call of Duty, and I was getting my ass handed to me.
Yeah, so I mean, I would be curious, although it is a Ubisoft game. I would be curious if you would play that like Breakpoint, because you, and I think you could probably do it in Wildlands too. But like, you could go in, turn all your fucking HUDs off. You don't have any fucking radars and shit, and basically go, where you have to count each round, make sure you're keeping everything else on the and like I said, you can go loud. Like, I played Breakpoint with my group of guys, and so it's got bullet drop and stuff, and there's like long distance shots, and I was like, hey, it'd be really cool, we're supposed to assassinate this guy. It'd be really cool if we set on this like fucking mountaintop 1,000 meters away and sniped him. But like, the view distance doesn't actually stretch out that far. So we had another buddy of ours go into the complex, hiding out, and then fucking spotting this guy. So when he sees him, it puts the beacon on him. So once they put the beacon on him at 1,000 meters, now we can snipe him because now we know where he's at. So that's what we did. And that was, So we sat back with fucking 50 cals and fucking sniped this dude 1,000 meters out. You couldn't even see him on the game wouldn't even bring him up in draw distance. So, like I said, there's just a lot of cool ways you could fly in with gunships and fucking mow everybody down with a fucking Apache helicopter, or you know, really cool. Like, I talk about games that I want to play, like I have those games already. Like, that's really cool to do.
Yeah.
And then the final island is like a raid style island where you have to, like, you actually have to fight these like bosses that have different mechanics and shit to take down. It's really cool. That's Breakpoint. Wildlands was also very awesome.
I think one of the only truly negative things I have to say about Battlefield 6 in the overall story was the armor-plated people. That felt the most unrealistic at my difficulty at Veteran. There was a sniper mission, and maybe it wasn't even a sniper mission, but I had the sniper rifle, and I had the best one, which was it's above a 300 Winchester, and that's a big slug that you're shooting.
Yeah.
And the shotgun guy comes at me, and he's got plated helmet, plated chest, fully kitted out, and I get the purple marker hit marker on him, and I'm going, there's no way. This round, if I popped you in the head, would have snapped your neck. You would have been dead. There was no way for you to live through a shot like that. If I shot you with that round in your chest, I would have shattered your rib cage. Most likely, blunt force trauma would have shattered your heart. You would not have lived from that. And a few of those things I kind of was getting annoyed with. I can understand
validly so.
Pistol rounds, I can get 5.56, I could get, but when I'm shooting a high caliber anti vehicle rounds at you, and I pop you in the head, that should have been a 1 KO instantly.
Yeah.
And that was realistically the only thing I had qualms with. Now, sure, when I was getting up to the tanky guys with the machine guns and the shotgunners, and I was using a M4, okay, I get it. It'll spring off of you. But large caliber stuff, no. That needs to be a one-hit kill. I don't care what it is.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure
I can suspend my disbelief on those guys, those armor, because and to me on regular, there was a handful of them at times, but there wasn't like a lot of them.
Yeah.
And then, of course, I run, most of the time I was running that, 277 or whatever, and I'd run it semi-auto. And I love the sounds because it really feels like you're
okay, but you've also got bias sound booster on it. You got your sound settings on heroic mode over here. This man pulls this crap up on my stream, and I have never heard more heroic sounding guns than when he starts shooting in his thing. I'm like, dear Lord, mine over here sounds like a fucking BB gun, and his sounds like some heroic movie cinematic. I'm like, yeah, no wonder you enjoy your gun sounds.
Yeah, well, and the hit sounds, the hit markers, that really you can hear them slap the enemies and stuff.
Yep,
it's very fun. Like I said, it was what I wanted in a single player. Shooter campaign. You got fucking some of those missions where you can breach through with a fucking hammer and stuff.
Yep. That was pretty cool.
Yeah,
I think they did a good job. A 5. I'm gonna say this. This guy does not look like a U.S. citizen.
No, he was UK. He was IGN UK or some shit.
Yeah.
No.
And this guy seems like I'm not really for this type of stuff. I would say
he's a fucking first person reviewer though too. You know what I mean? Like that's what his kind of, what he falls into.
I was trying to dig up the bias of it, and IGN has rated Call of Duty at an 8 or a 9, far more than they've rated anything Battlefield in terms of story. Even just EA, when it came to Medal of Honor 1, the original one, IGN rated it a 6 out of 10. Then they rated Warfighter which was a 4 out of 10 for them. But the thing is they did not review Battlefield 3. They did not review Medal of Honor Warfighter, Battlefield 3, and Battlefield 4 as
damn.
as separate story campaign thing. This is very new for them to review. The reason why I picked these 4 games is this was EA's 4 years in a row of running of video games. 2010 was Medal of Honor with a 6 out of 10. Battlefield 3 was 9 out of 10. And they said it was a weak campaign, so they didn't like the campaign in it. Then, 2012, it was Medal of Honor Warfighter with a 4 out of 10 overall. They did not like the game at all. And then 2013, they rated Battlefield 4 as an 8 out of 10 overall weak campaign. So they have never liked, EA has never rated Battlefield's campaign as good. Yet I can tell you from personal experience, Medal of Honor series was cool. That was a pretty neat series to tell. And then Battlefield 3 and 4, the stories were good. So EA definitely shows a bias towards Call of Duty stories.
I think their bias is they get a check.
And I've been trying to find that. I've been trying to
I've been
trying to dig deep to find where that's at.
I'm not gonna say that Call of Duty's campaigns aren't good or nothing. Like, to me, like, they're on par. They're pretty equal. Like, there's nothing to me, Battlefield's just as good story-wise and what you actually do in the games as any Call of Duty campaign. Like, there's, so
here's the crazy part, though, is specifically Medal of Honor Warfighter and Medal of Honor were specifically developed with the Navy SEALs. The U.S. Navy was a major consultant in that game for them. They gave them a lot of stuff that was classified at the time so that they had the technology to make it more real, which was nuts. So they talked about a lot of different things some of it didn't make it into the game, but from what I remember reading about and watching interviews about those games, the U.S. Navy definitely did a lot of stuff for the Warfighter and Medal of Honor series, really developing those stories out. And IGN rates them terribly. So I guess you don't like what realism is like, because you'll rate Call of Duty a 9 out of 10 on the latest Call of Duty cyber warfare bullshit, whatever the newest thing is. Like, that's pretty cool when you have a military group saying, we'll give you information to make this more realistic.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like I said, it definitely was not rated like it should have been.
Fairly,
sure.
I would say.
Yeah.
That's a good way to put it.
Do we take IGN's? Do we take a rating for it personally to judge whether or not to buy games? No, but somebody does. They'll look at it and go, "Oh, it's shit," and they won't even ever play it, and they're just gonna compare it. The game is shit. I remember the days of going to IGN and going, "Okay, I don't have the money to spend on this. Should I buy this game? Let me see what they reviewed it as."
Mm-hmm.
And you get
and then actually taking their advice.
And you're going, yeah, the game's great, or no, it had major performance issues. And guess what? I didn't listen to it. I went and I bought it, and it was exactly what they said. Now it's so much of the I think, I feel, I believe. It's not actually what's really there. Is it stuttering because you're running on a piece of shit? Is it stuttering because you're playing it on a PlayStation? Is it stuttering because obviously you're going to play it on what everybody's going to play it on? You don't want to play it on a NASA supercomputer where you see zero issues. But you also have to acknowledge, if you do have a supercomputer, it will run just fine.
Mm-hmm.
No issues. But don't rag it because they're trying to develop it to play on a pregnancy test. Looking at you, Bethesda.
Yeah.
But something else we wanted to bring up here too was just seeing the overall performance of it, and they've done pretty well. according to Steam charts.
Yeah, so peak of 656. I thought it was 700,000.
It is
This
on
peak.
the other Steam DB is 740,000. They've sold 7 million copies in 3 days.
Why are these so wild?
Because they can be.
I really want to know why these charts. They should be the same.
They should.
Maybe it's where they pull the data from.
I don't know. Either way, 656,000 all-time peak, 421 24-hour peak, and there's people like, oh, it's already lost 200,000 players or whatever. It's like, yeah, I don't see, like I said before, it's like I don't see most games retaining peak for longer than a week anyway. You know what I mean? I know there was people talking about like Borderlands has fallen off. It's like Borderlands is a single player. It's like a PvE game. Like there's no real like ton of replayability. Once you play through it, why would you keep like that's why the customer, that's why the player base is going to fall off.
I mean, here's the Lord and Savior of shooting games. Remember, this got a 9 out of 10, and look at that right there.
Yeah,
opening week, and it's gone.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's down to 50,000.
Oh, look, it didn't even make it to. Oh, this is just what is this? Hold on, this is just Call of Duty. This isn't. Is this Black Ops 6?
It should be.
Look at the dates on the other side.
Hold on,
maybe
1 year.
October 2020 something. What? 2024.
Yeah, this is just Call of Duty.
That's when it launched.
Okay, yeah, there it is. So 300,000 on launch day for Black Ops 6.
Well, where's the fucking 488,000? Where the fuck's that number coming? What the fuck is
it's probably all-time peak has to be, according to this, the all-time peak is October 31st, 2022, and that's definitely not when Black Ops 6 dropped.
No. What the fuck is this? What the fuck is this chart, bro?
It's having an aneurysm.
Yeah. That doesn't even work. Okay.
Because like here's the one that for the Battlefield 6, and this looks pretty much on par right here. Like this is pretty much what the Steam chart looks like. Because I had
so Steam DB, this says Call of Duty. And the fucking weird part. So 1 year.
Like this is the more accurate one on Battlefield. 747,000.
Black Ops 6 release is Friday, October 25th, 2024. Peak players from Monday. What the fuck? Can I zoom in? Can I zoom in? Can you zoom me? All right, so here's the actual Steam DB charts or whatever for Call of Duty, and it just says Call of Duty. So
okay.
it to me, I guess this is just like all time peak 2.9 years ago. So Call of Duty, this is all of Call of Duty. It's not just one game; it's all of Call of Duty. Is how these Steam charts are setting up. So all-time peak for Black Ops 6 is 315, not the 491,000 number or the other number which we saw too. Those aren't peaks. Those are peaks from. Let's go to Max. Okay, Max, Warzone 2.0.
That's what that is.
Yeah, there's your peak. Warzone 2.0, November
and there
16th,
is the November 24 is.
Yeah.
But we also have to think too. There will be that slight resurgence. Here in December. There's always a slight bump for kids getting it at Christmas and stuff like that, or people getting it at Christmas, but it's never going to be the full wave. It's still going to come down, but it will get a bump when Christmas stuff comes out.
Right.
But yeah,
so, 44,000 in game right now on Steam.
349,000 on Battlefield 6.
It's not a bad number, but if it was trying to tote its old numbers, it's pretty fucking
Well,
bad.
so it's at the end of its life cycle because its
Yep.
life cycle
Mhm.
is only 1 year. Black Ops 7 comes out next month. Actually fairly solid numbers. The thing that I thought was funny, people were like, "Oh yeah, you get Black Ops 7, they're going to be able to keep their skins," and then they're like, "Yeah, no, you can't keep your skins. Black Ops 7's going to
Thank
have all
God.
new shit."
Bruh.
Which, to me, it's like, if you're, because you can't just earn those fucking things, you gotta buy them. And if people bought those fucking stupid ass skins, for what? Now I guess you can still keep playing Black Ops 6 and playing your fucking Ninja Turtles and shit like that, but like, Bad Banquet B, best viewers. We got a bad,
Yeah, I already hit the ban on it.
Thank you.
It's been yeeted.
How dare they try and impersonate the bees?
Son of a bitch.
I think Battlefield will have quite a long lifespan because it does have the full war sim, but you got to think the true war sim of PC is Arma 3.
Yeah.
But you're
Yeah,
never
for
going to
sure.
be able to compete with Arma 3,
That's not.
or they're
That's
not
super
even be able
great.
to, it's like you can't even do that because it's like, even at its prime, it's 56,000 people playing
Yeah.
it, but that was only a PS3
9.4 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, sure, 20,000 people still play this, and it's a great war simulator.
Yeah, wasn't there an Arma 4 coming out?
Yes, that is supposed to come out in the next, before 2030.
Oof.
But you're looking at, but you have to think, Arma 3 was a massive generational game. That was incredible at what they did in that game.
True. I have seen clips of Arma. I've never played myself. Never really been a fan of those types, but
This is
I would
more,
say they
this
look
would be the
fucking beautiful.
arcade version of Arma, is the way to describe Battlefield. You can get in, you can have your fun. Arma is way more, you gotta think about it. It is very realistic to play, and like how you go about moving and stuff like that. It's you will throw rounds away if you reload. It's nuts.
Yep.
It's very realistic in how you have to play it. You cannot go around trying to play this like you're playing a Call of Duty game. It's not an arcade. This would be arcade compared to Arma. And this is the middle ground, though. This gives you the ability to have fun, go do stupid shit, but at the same time, get to experience a different type of shooter game that is never really done anywhere else. You get to fly jets, you get to blow buildings up, you get to do that all in multiplayer. You can steal people's dog tags, you can build your guns how you want. You can take objectives. I mean, it's everything you want to do in this game is plausible.
I keep seeing a bunch of cool clips too.
Yeah, I've seen people doing stuff, and
we're not seeing the fucking jump out of jets, C4 helicopters, jump back in jets stuff yet. But
thankfully,
this is pretty cool. So I sent a clip to one that I just saw.
I didn't get it.
Battlefield 6 is a literal movie. Did not go through?
No, I didn't get it.
Oh fuck! I sent it to the wrong Discord. Hang on. The wrong Discord.
How dare you?
I was sharing the stream in a different Discord. I forgot to switch.
How
back
dare
over.
you?
Yeah, Battlefield 6 is a literal movie.
God damn.
Literally tears the building down.
Yeah, levels the building with the helicopter that crashed into it.
Bushwick, how you doing?
What's up, Bush? Welcome in.
Welcome in.
Yeah, and there's a lot of cool stuff like that, man. Or you're in a building and somebody fucking takes it down while you're in it.
Yep.
I'd love
I
to be
saw
able
a
to try
guy
the game
literally
personally. It looks great.
I saw a guy getting camped. He walks up to the building. He says, "This is how you deal with Call of Duty campers." He walks around to the back end of the building, puts C4 around the building, walks away, click, boom, death. Great.
Blows
There you
the building
go.
up with the guy
Yeah.
in it. Yeah. Yeah. I just saw
So-
that.
That's how you deal with any camper.
Yep. I would say the best part about Battlefield is always going to be the multiplayer.
Yeah.
I'm
So
definitely having fun with it.
One thing that I thought about while we were talking about the spec, like the Portal stuff, some of the things that the player base is actually creating.
Mhm.
We may actually get those types of spec op missions. Like
Yeah.
there's already like bot lobby stuff you can do, and I saw a guy built like a fucking like a don't fall, like you're climbing up all the bullshit that he stacks into the sky and shit like that.
Oh,
Yeah, I've seen
getting
that.
over
I
it.
saw that.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, getting over it, don't fall, whatever. There's a bunch of those. So yeah, so we may actually get some PvP spec op stuff that, in those giant ass maps that
Yeah.
somebody creates.
That'd be
I played
interesting.
a jet race where you actually were racing your fucking fighter jets through checkpoints and shit.
Oh wow.
Nice.
Yeah. I
Okay.
mean, I can't fly those jets for fucking shit right now still, but
the fact
Hey,
that
you
it
just
is
started. You got to give yourself some
content-
time.
It's
They're-
still content that can be done.
they put the most arbitrarily back assward fucking controls for the helicopters and for the jets, dude. And I think they do it on purpose because it's like I said, I can't remember which game that did it first, one of the GTAs or whatever, but somebody fucking figured out how to make a helicopter fly on a controller in a video game fucking 15 years ago. In Battlefields is still fucking stupid. I don't know why. It's the same as
think-
the last time I played a Battlefield game with helicopters. It's just
I
awful.
got in Battlefield 3 or Bad Company 2, I had the idea of playing airplanes and helicopters pretty well. It was not my favorite thing to do because I was a very big jihad jeeper or a jihad ATV. I was the guy who would load it up with C4 and I would kamikaze into whatever, and it was glorious.
So weirdly, like, so when I'm holding a controller, right, and if I'm trying to fly a helicopter, I think of it the same way as I'm controlling a person on the ground. Like the left stick, I can turn, and then the right stick, I can swing, right? So I can go up and down with one, and then I can kind of swing with the other, and I use both of them in, together. But in Battlefield, you're up and down, like your accelerate is up on the left joystick on your controller. Decelerate is down. If you hit left or right on your left joystick, that turns you, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you hit the right joystick, it just fucking barrel rolls you. What the fuck?
Roll.
Yeah, like it just doesn't make any sense. Like it completely throws me off because you basically don't want to use the other joystick at all. And like I said, it's just completely back-asswards. I want to find a guide that says, oh, you can set up all these keybinds and make it like fly like a normal fucking thing.
Well, you might want to use a barrel roll during like a dogfight.
Well, that would be fine if it was keyed right. That's what I'm saying. Like it's not keyed correctly. Like, it's back-asswards on how you would normally do that.
And there's no way you can go in and just edit that shit.
Oh no,
yourself?
you can customize every keybind.
Yeah,
So
the
you
menu
can
is
fix
quite
Yeah.
detailed. It's just knowing what to change in it because there's a whole vehicle menu for this.
Ooh.
Well, yeah, you got to think there's tanks, there's jeeps, there's four-wheelers. You've got the fighter jet, then you have a Blackhawk Apache, or you have an Apache style helicopter, you have a Blackhawk style helicopter, and then you have what they call like a Little Bird helicopter, which is the little shit that you get in, and one person pilots it, and basically you shoot off the edges of it.
I haven't even seen a Little Bird in multiplayer.
Not
only
yet.
seen
That
the
will
Blackhawk
be.
and
You'll
the,
get those normally. That's normally always added in as a second. Battlefield 3, I think, had the Little Bird, or it was Battlefield 4.
Little bird.
And then you have amphibious assault stuff, which will come when they do the amphibious
a
update.
water map. Yeah.
You'll get
no water in any of the multiplayer maps yet.
no. That's the amphibious assault stuff has always been DLC and in Battlefield.
I love how vertical the game is for the most part. But a lot of times to get on, like, those people will fly their helicopters and parachute out to get on top of these buildings or whatever. I wish there was other ways to do that besides a stupid helicopter.
Mm-hmm.
I wish there was like a grapple hook or something that you could set up.
We have those in certain maps.
Well, yeah, but I'm talking about like a personal one where you can run out. Because so there was actually I'm not saying Battlefield 2042 was good in any way. Like, I had fun with it. but they had like a hero. This is like a hero shooter style. Each character had their own like specialty. Like one person had a wingsuit. One guy had a fucking like zipline gun, so he could fucking grapple and get up on top of stuff. One guy was like had heavy armor and was rocked to LMG and shit. So it was all different. But like an actual, you could put a fucking hook point up there and drop a line down where you can get up and down on this building or whatever.
Yeah.
The assault ladder is really cool, but it only goes up like maybe 10 feet or something like that.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So it doesn't, and finding somebody like being able to use it, right? Like if you wanted to get to a better sniper position, well, you want the recon class, you don't want the fucking assault class, but the assault class is the only person who has the ladder. And like I said, it not that you couldn't rock a sniper rifle with the assault class, but
yeah, but then you get the fatal headshot with the recon class, which stops the spawning.
Well, you also can, when you like go prone or whatever, you don't see your markers either.
Yeah.
So you're kind of hidden more as the recon class. Okay, we want to talk about. Sorry, we went pretty long on this one topic.
Hey, y'all nerd out. You know that?
No, it's good. I think we kind of hit the end of it too.
Yeah.
I wanted to talk about real quick about there's a new study done by the something.
Oh god.
I got this. Give me a second, bringing it up right now. It started with this.
Yeah. ESA. Nearly equal gender split in women, 48% to 51% men. Can you pull the actual study up?
Yes. So I did some research as soon as this came up, and I'm like, I gotta find this thing. So
also,
here you go.
Fairly sure that wasn't a girl. It was in that picture.
I plead the fifth.
Yeah, that's kind of the safest thing to do right now, methinks.
All right, so here is the actual website to the ESA's report where all this crap came from. So the scope of the report was 24,216 players of the ages of 16 plus were surveyed in 21 countries, 6 continents, internationally representative sample. Africa had 1,027. Nigeria, 1,082. South Africa, 1,283. Australia.
Okay. Also, one thing before, because we know the scope of the report is 24,000, right? Small number of gamers. True. 16 plus. Just keep that in mind. 16 plus were surveyed.
Yep.
So keep going.
Europe totals. UK 1,002. France 1,047. Germany 1,012. Italy 1,021.
Yeah, 1,000. Yeah.
Spain 1,006. Sweden 1,016. Poland 1,072. Asia's was China 1,500, India 1,500.
That's such a weird arbitrary number too. You know what I mean? Like
Japan 1,049,
like
Saudi Arabia
1,501.
Yeah,
1,049. Like what? Why are these numbers so like?
Saudi Arabia 1076, South Korea 1,005, UAE 10,000 or 1,800 or 1,018, United States of America. 1,554. Mexico, 1,073. Canada, 500. Oh, Canada, Quebec. Specifically.
Quebec.
515. Canada in total, 1,007. South America, Brazil. Notice they only went to Brazil, which is, there's a big reason why. 1,348. Brazil is a massive gaming hub.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I have some Brazilian friends. All right,
okay, so here we go.
Shout out Brazil.
Wait. Average age right there, 41 for players 16 plus. So like I said, somebody said, well, the average age of gamers is going to go up because we started playing games and now we're getting older. That's not how that works, though, when you actually look at laws of averages, because there's still a shit ton of children playing video games. In fact, I would say more now than before, because
I could see that.
you know most of your adults and stuff buy consoles for their children that
Mhm.
are under 16. So this age thing, this average age thing, is skewed way off. Like, it really, in all honesty, for players 16 plus, okay. So they didn't interview any kids, but like that 41 is a very misleading number. To me, this ESA, right off the bat, this ESA thing is definitely to bolster some fucking boardroom bullshit. And I hope, and look, I'm gonna be honest with you, I hope every single AAA fucking studio, all these major fucking things, I hope they all just start making fucking mobile games. Because for fuck's sake, just go over there and fucking do that shit, because I don't want to see your bullshit anymore. I really don't. I don't care. Because anybody that has any sense at all knows this is all bullshit. They
Mhm.
know it's not where gamers are. So jumping over into the actual charts there, the one on the right, it breaks down where they're actually being played. Mobile, 55%. Those aren't gamers, people.
God
Those aren't
damn.
gamers. I'm not saying that everybody that plays mobile hardcore. There's some hardcore mobile players that play a lot
I
of
quite enjoy my
Now,
mobile
I just want
games,
to go
but
ahead and point this
I
out.
still agree that mobile gamers are not actual gamers.
I'm going to go ahead and point this out right here. China, 1,501 in China.
1,501.
Keep this in mind. The number one gacha in China is Love and Deep Space, and they make 50 million a month.
Japan is more handheld as well. Like, they're not console or PC. They're more handheld than they are. Like,
Because they don't normally have a lot of time to just sit down and relax. So it's quick, pick up a game and play for a few minutes, and then.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, going to it, like, so 55 mobile. I'm gonna say everybody has played a game on their phone or whatever. But the people who play games on their phone while they're taking a shit or whatever, those aren't gamers. In fact, there's a thing down here saying, so we'll go through the other breakdown. Mobile's the biggest at 55%. Computer and laptop is at what, 21%? Console, 21%.
Is at 21.
So we're split on that.
VR is at 2. But I want to know, what the fuck is this?
Somebody made a joke. It's your refrigerator or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, it's your fucking smart microwave or whatever the fuck you can play games on now. Who knows?
Other hardware. It could be like old arcade machines. Maybe that's what they count as other hardware. Who knows?
I mean, it's possible.
DDR.
Okay, so we can skip over the top reasons for playing. Who cares? It's people play.
The top
benefits. People got reasons they want to play. Let them play.
Where's the Gooner category?
Right.
Nope, don't see it.
To help me feel happier, I guess it would be that one.
Or mental stimulation.
Stress relief.
They said mental stimulation.
Yeah.
Not the other kind, dear.
Do I need to show you some mental stimulation? I'll show you some mental stimulation.
Introduce people to new friends and relationships. There you go. Okay. Wait. Pause it here. In-person play. Okay. Playing with others. Nope.
People don't like doing that anymore.
Okay.
Skill development, creativity, problem solving. Okay, cool.
I actually have to say, just because I do want to throw this in here, the problem solving skills actually. So just as a fun fact for you all, I'll give you guys a little bit of history on me. Mm-hmm. In the 4th grade, I could not read or write. I couldn't do long division, multiplication. My tests were basically showing I was slow, according to local schooling. Okay. I didn't know it at the time, but my parents were getting worried due to that. And that's also one of the reasons I ended up becoming homeschooled. And which is very ironic. If anybody's watching this that knows me at all, they know how deep spreadsheet mathematical dude I am. So this all makes complete like bullshit of like, you slow, what? No, there's no way. But My dad's parents for Christmas bought me Hooked on Phonics because of my reading issue. So
work for me.
that was
I'm
something
sorry.
that they gave me to try to help improve my reading, and it did help.
Nice.
And my parents, I remember one of my early childhood games I remember playing on the PC was Math Blasters, and that was a game I had a lot of fun with. You had to solve multiplications and stuff. So I can see games helping us grow. This is a little bit bullshit, but at the same time, as somebody who's been there, for younger kids, like, and I mean, you have to realize I was in the 4th grade, so it's been a long time. And things have come a long way since then, but it does help skill development with certain things. And so I don't completely shit on this as somebody who was playing those, not realizing that they were actually trying to help educate me at the time when all my testing scores were coming in horrible, but it was actually just the school system failing and not actually teaching. Because the second my mother put me into homeschool, the next what do they call it? The Iowa test that came around, I think the next year, my scores was like a massive spike, and they said, "Is this even the same person taking the test?"
Oh, congrats.
That was the difference in actually being educated and a school system failing. So
I will admit, it's not just those little games. I mean, granted, helping without even knowing, fucking awesome. One of my teachers when I was younger used to, anytime that it was like none of us could focus type of day, she would just be like, all right, hang on, I'm gonna go see if I can take us to the computer lab. This was back in like 1st grade. Okay, so all the way back in Arkansas, this woman would get overwhelmed and she's like, fuck it, we're all going to the computer lab. File in line, shut up and get in line.
Yeah.
So she would always send us to like 3 different sites. And every now and then I still check to see if those sites are still there just because it punches me in the gut with nostalgia.
Yeah.
Starfall and Math Games.
Okay.
Mathgames.com. I don't remember if Math Games is still around, but I remember I used to play this like tractor game where it was constant running, like Subway runners. But you had a tractor and you had to hit the bales of hay and shit like that, you know, get the things that you needed instead of getting into the ditch or blowing up your tractor, stupid shit like that. Not gonna lie, I'm pretty sure that's the only reason I know how to do multiplication. I still can't do division for shit, but
yeah,
that's a whole other thing.
That little side tangent, just to say, as somebody who has been there, technically, and like I say, people who know me now, they're like, if I tell them I was quote unquote shown as slow at 4th grade and they know me now, they're like, there's no way. Because by the end of high school, I could memorize 10-digit numbers like it was nothing.
God damn.
Anything, and I could memorize it very quickly. I could do long division, some of the long division just in my head for a while. Then I got out of that. I graduated with a 4.0, which is not what that kid started at in 4th grade. So I just wanted to point that out because I know we do like to rag on this shit a little bit, but
yeah,
it does actually, it can help if it's done properly.
No,
like,
I think
is Call of Duty going to help problem solving skills? No, it's not. It'll take
no, but
that's it.
Well, here's the thing: if you look at it in a certain way, it's predictability. Trying to outthink, trying to play chess with somebody. If you're in a multiplayer match, trying to figure out which direction they're going to go so that you can shoot them first. You know, there is a problem-solving elements to anything you do if you look at it that way. But I do agree with most of those things. So keep going down though. There was something else that I wanted to. I don't know where the fuck was that. It okay? Scroll back up because there was something talking about how long they played.
Fuck it.
Friend in real life, my child, another family.
My child.
Play net positive in person, at least monthly, online. Okay, no, that's not it. No. Where the hell is it?
It said a time on here. All right, hold on. Let me.
Yeah, there was one. I saw this chart that they said how it broke down the amount of time that was played, Anyway, I can spoil it because I don't know where it's at on this, but I can tell you what I saw was they said that the average of all the people that they fucking polled or whatever, like the biggest majority of them was playing like less an hour a week or a day or something. Like it was a stupid low amount of time that I wouldn't consider most people gamers when they're doing shit like
No.
that. You know what I mean?
Here it is. It's right here. It's in the fine print. I found it.
And
Uh,
all
So here it
qualified
is.
as
I'll read
active
it to
gamers.
you guys to make this easier
Okay.
for you guys.
That'll work.
The global survey was conducted by AudienceNet, gathered 24,216 responses across 21 countries on 6 continents, and it names all the continents to skip to some
Yeah.
time, and the United States. Participants were aged between 16 and 65 plus, all qualified as active gamers defined as playing video games for at least 1 hour per week via console, PC gaming, laptop, tablet, mobile, or VR. Quotas and screenings
So that's
criteria
Dude, yeah. So that's how skewed this is.
ensured a minimum of 1,000 active gamers per country. All respondents were recruited via professionally accredited customer research panels. So
the biggest problem I have with this is because, like we said, this is in the fine print, right? Everybody
Yeah.
that played at least 1 hour, so there's no breakdown of how much game time is actually played, and so the shitty part about this is some fucking corporate boardroom bullshit that owns more fucking rights to these bigger.
I'm outing myself, chat. Just
Oh,
look at this. This
no.
is what active. This
Right.
is what active gaming looks like right here.
Right.
This-
So that's
Those are
what
my
I'm saying,
stream
though.
times. That's not an hour a day.
So your big Activisions or somebody in a fucking suit sitting around a table is going to go, here's the study, the breakdown is 50 at least 50% women. So now we need to focus on making these games more toward women because they're at least half of the gaming community. When they're not actually look like, if you want an actual like clear breakdown, go to Steam and source out fucking 100 different users or whatever. Their profiles are public. That, you know, if you say you're a female or whatever, you don't have to. But if you say you are,
Females enjoy. This
Yeah,
is
well, that's
your smut right
Well,
here.
Well, what I'm saying is when they get into it, it would be a much more accurate like poll or study if you just did that, because those are actual people who play games, and those are the people who are actually going to buy games. So most of those people out of the 24,000 or whatever, 55% were mobile players. So those mobile players actually spend enough money on games to make a difference. You know what I mean? I'm not saying the fucking horny gooners, dude. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the people
$90
who
million.
are probably playing like fucking solitaire on their phone or some free game or whatever. They're not the ones like
Every
if you
game I
make-
play is free.
if you make a fucking $100 million plus fucking AAA title and you try to fucking skew it to this made up demographic of not gamers, of not actual gamers who's going to buy these games, then your game's not going to sell, which is exactly what the fuck we've been seeing in AAA games for the past 5 years. Because they see these studies, they see this bullshit, and they think, well, it's half the players are women, so we should at least make the stories more female focused or whatever. And everybody's like, we don't want that. That shit sucks. And then they fucking put these titles out and they don't do well. And they're like, oh, why didn't they do well?
I just don't
Because
know
that's
what
not
went
what-
wrong.
Because that's not what actual fucking gamers want. And you're not looking at what actual gamers want. So this is why this chart come up, and it fucking aggravated me to no end, because I know,
Understandable.
like I said, I know. And like I said, at this point, every fucking AAA studio, all these multi-million dollars, go spend hundreds of $1 million to make your fucking stupid cell phone games. Go do it. Get the fuck out of the space. I don't care anymore. There's people making fucking mega block and selling it for $9 on fucking Steam. and people are enjoying the shit out of it. You know what I mean? Pal World was $40. People enjoyed the shit out of it. You know,
I can't wait for Pal Farm.
all of these things that come out, people are just fucking eating it up because they're actually made for gamers. The reason why Battlefield 6 is actually having success is because they went back to their roots. They went back to what made Battlefield fun, and they focused on that. They focused on that. They focused on the experience. They wanted to make a game that will play on pretty much any fucking setup you have. You don't need a fucking 5090 to run these games. Like you do with these other games. Yeah. Any of this Unreal 5 crap, you need like the biggest, highest end gaming card, and nobody has it. So you don't get the experiences are just terrible now. So, like I said, this
I'd say as a person
I can see the future now, and they're gonna be like,
I can see the future.
Clearly, there's more people playing on mobile. We should just make all mobile games. So there's already Call of Duty mobile. They already make a bunch of fucking mobile games, but there's gonna be even fucking more. Bet me. There's gonna be Sony's gonna be like, well, fuck. We're gonna have Ghost of Tsushima mobile. We're gonna have God of Mobile. We're gonna have all these fucking first party titles, Horizon Zero Mobile Dawn, whatever the fuck, and just wait, man. They did it. Yeah. Destiny
you can't make
Mobile.
this shit up.
Yeah. So
how many suckers have they already been able to hook with this? 1.8 million.
Yeah, but then if you there was an article here saying that the actual Destiny numbers are even lower than the Rise of Osiris, and it's probably threatened to shut down Destiny. Like I just saw this.
Doubt it.
Yeah, I just saw this headline. Let me see if I can find it now.
But I mean, there you go, guys. That's a Destiny. I mean, it's literally exactly what he's talking about. Now, I've heard people say good things about it. It's a pretty interesting Destiny-ish thing, but it is still a mobile game. It still has the Destiny heart, but it's a mobile game.
Wait. We got a follow-up here. From last week, we talked about this. Here's the... Since we're on this subject, but I saw something else we're going to have to fucking bring up too.
Cool.
Copy link. So here's the Destiny thing.
I shall get this up.
Destiny 2's total player numbers have dropped below the point where Bungie once said the game was just weeks away from being shut down.
Oof.
And yeah.
Already not sounding too good, y'all.
So yeah,
I think I'm lagging. I can't tell.
It was a little laggy. Yeah, low points. So yeah, we're not printable chair yoga for seniors. Nice ad. Sorry,
that's an ad.
I saw that. I couldn't fucking read that. It just caught my eye. On Steam, the game recently hit its lowest average player count ever, around 17,400 players. A record low since the game moved to the platform in 2019. For weeks, frustrated players have been pointing to Steam's dwindling player count as a warning sign, but there's always been a debate around how well those numbers reflect the game's total health across platforms. Actual Destiny dying. Destiny Mobile, they're making money off of it. I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe there's a lot more people playing shit on cell phones. Maybe I'm just missing it, but I don't count those as gamers. Fuck them. I say that harshly. Gaming rigs aren't cheap. Fucking consoles aren't cheap.
Nope.
You're gonna have a cell phone anyway, and if a cell phone's good enough to do it, I guess it's fine. I don't really have a big issue, but I have a feeling it's gonna hurt the actual gaming stuff. Okay, so here's sorry, this caught my eye as I was looking for this. This is a follow-up from what we talked about last week.
Mm-hmm.
We
talked about Costco pulling Xbox. Now we've got Target and Walmart are pulling Xbox stock, according to staff.
Oh my. That's not sounding good for Xbox.
No.
I think we're about to have a PlayStation. I hit Switch tab. Give me a second. It's got to be the amount of tabs I have open right now.
But yeah, I wound up seeing something pop up earlier, Naughty Dog is apparently also on their last legs. The Heretic Prophet is their final chance, and we all know that ain't going anywhere.
Yeah, no, they spent way too much money on that. Last month, one of the largest retailers in the world, Costco, confirmed it would no longer be selling Xbox consoles. Now, several other vendors may follow suit. According to Reddit, users who claim work at Target and Walmart, both stores have begun removing their Xbox stock in mass. On Wednesday, the Target I work for has removed all Xbox games. I'm pretty sure it will be store wide. You know what? I will. So this was 4 days ago. I am driving across the country tomorrow. I'm going to hit up a couple Walmarts on my way across the country. I'll stop into a couple super centers, and I will fucking follow up on this and see if there's less Xbox stuff than normal. And I will
Sounds
report back
good.
next Thursday. And
Okay.
next Thursday, I don't know if I'll actually be on the. I'll be on a podcast somehow, if I even have to stream through my phone or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, we might not have a picture of Maine, but he'll still be here.
We'll
No,
have
I mean,
him.
I've done it. I've mobile through StreamYard says mobile. I've done it through my phone before. I
Yeah,
remember I
he'll
showed
have,
Snow last year.
he'll use his
Yeah, front facing camera.
Facebook cam.
Oh,
Yeah.
We just might have a car view of him.
Yeah, I'll do it while I'm driving.
Hell yeah.
there you go.
Live on the edge.
Driving in
yeah, so
my
that's
car right after
Very,
a
very interesting.
beer.
I'll do a follow up on this. I will check some Walmarts on my way through and see if this. So there's a picture here that there looks like they're
Yeah.
remove the fucking like
The
display
casings for it.
shelves.
God
Yeah.
damn. Straight
So-
yoinked them bitches out.
Which is weird too, because I guess the Xbox handheld, the Xbox Ally.
Yeah, wasn't that just coming out?
Yeah, no, it released like today or yesterday or something.
Oh,
Yeah,
because I
And
remember them being so excited for it, but
$1,000
I've seen like
yeah.
no advertising for it.
the $1,000. I saw something about it. They're like, oh, it's not doing great, but then there's a lot of people like, oh, look at my new Xbox. Somebody's getting paid by it or whatever. ROG Xbox Ally finally lands worldwide.
So it's just a quick question on this. Do you think it has anything to do with the increases of prices? People just are not wanting to buy it. The stores aren't wanting to carry it, knowing that they're going to sit on this assets.
I don't know. I really don't know. Maybe I think the dwindling Xbox sales overall, not just because the price increases stuff. I think Games Pass has severely hurt their like physical sales of stuff. So it would not surprise me if they start pulling consoles, physical copies of games, because I don't even know if you can buy. Do they sell the Xbox with a fucking disc drive now? Like maybe the new ones won't even have disc drives or whatever. Like
Damn, that's a good question.
Leaning more toward mostly digital. But like, I wonder if in next year or whatever, like you can see they'll have like one or two of those handheld consoles in there, and then maybe the controllers, like an Xbox controller. The only things
the Xbox One X does still have a drive on it.
Right.
Nice.
But a lot of people are going to digital, and that's that's just the sad part about it. The faster speed internets that people can get now. You can download a 100 gig game through fiber internet in 20 minutes or whatever. Like it would take you at this point, it would take me longer to drive to Walmart, buy the game, come back, and probably have to still fucking install something anyway.
Than to just install it.
Than to just download it. Like we're at the point now where it's just faster, and it's kind of upsetting because now you're just basically renting the game for $60 because if they ever decide to pull the license or whatever, then you're fucked. You can't keep it.
Exactly.
So we're in a weird spot with games and licensing stuff. Okay, you want to? Speaking of pirates and whatnot, do you want to get maybe slightly racist?
Only slightly racist?
Well, we'll see how far we get into it. The new Assassin. So Ubisoft reportedly canceled an Assassin's Creed set in post-Civil War America due to U.S. politics and Yasuke backlash. We're political in a country too unstable. This feels very weird. These fucking weird Frenchmen and Canadians think they have any kind of idea what the United States is doing.
Oh,
They're fucking morons.
we don't
up.
even know what the fuck we're doing. Good luck.
Ubisoft allegedly canceled plans. Whoop! Stop.
Yeah, I was trying to get it all in frame.
Canceled plans for the new Assassin's Creed game set in the aftermath of the American Civil War last year. With online moaning about Assassin's Creed Shadows co-protagonist Yasuke. Okay. Timeout. Pause. The reason why people did not care about Yasuke, the biggest reason, not because he was black, because he was a fucking They put a... Guys. Assassin's Creed has always been about playing an assassin, right? And what do assassins do? They fucking stab people in the dark. What are also names for assassins? Fucking ninjas. God damn it. You put a fucking Assassin's Creed game in Japan like we wanted forever, and you fuck it up. You fuck it up.
You had one job.
You make half the game about a fucking samurai and not about goddamn.
And you put
ninjas.
in some of the worst goddamn lo-fi Japanese hip hop shit I've ever heard.
It wasn't just that. That's a big component of it. They half-assed the shit out of this game. When it should have been a slam dunk. It should have been, you put traditional fucking Japanese music in it. You fucking you base a story around like Hanzo, because you got Oda Nobunaga, Hattori Hanzo, famous fucking shinobi that worked under Oba. Like it fucking writes itself for the most part. For fuck's sake, man. Like I don't know what. Like make it traditional Japanese. Put actual fucking ninjas in it. Give them some fucking smoke bombs. Boom! You could have sold a quadrillion fucking copies. Everybody, I would have bought it. I'd have bought I bought fucking 3 copies of that motherfucker if they'd have done it right. Instead, they're like, well, we're gonna have fucking golden armored fucking black eye samurai. Why? Nobody wants that. Don't do that. And I've said this. I've said this a dozen times at this point. If you'd have done the actual, because they completely rewrote the story to put Yasuke in there, and they did it because people were, and I quote, George Floyd.
Oh my god.
Yeah, because of George Floyd's popularity. The fucking criminal, guys. He was a fucking criminal. I'm gonna be honest with you. He broke into people's houses and stole from them. The dude's days were numbered anyway. If he'd have broke into my house and did that shit and got shot, he'd have already been dead. It wouldn't have mattered. Did he overdosed? Wouldn't have mattered. Anyway, besides that, that's why they put Yasuke in there, because of the George Floyd bullshit. And they changed the story.
Pandering.
Yeah, so like I said before, if they would have just done the original story that they had written for the Ninja Assassins, and then did Yasuke as a fucking DLC 3 months later, nobody would have fucking.
Nobody would have batted an eye.
They'd probably been like, "Oh shit! Now I get to play as a samurai." Fuck.
Yeah. Exactly. I get to play as a hip hop samurai. Let's fucking go.
Yeah,
it would have been a novelty.
And even if it wouldn't have been, but they would have still sold all their copies. And if the backlash came back about the DLC, well, you don't have to play the DLC.
Exactly. You don't have to play the DLC. You still have the main game.
Yeah, they could have handled this so much better, and they completely fucked it up. So that fucking strays from it. We don't know, the U.S. political climate. You guys made your black samurai after a fucking criminal. You guys don't have any clue. You're fucking activists. Clearly, you're activists. That's why. Because of George Floyd, that's why you put fucking Yasuke in this game. And you're worried about...
That's just a terrible goddamn reason.
And now you're worried about the U.S. political climate. Fuck off. And I'm going to be honest with you, there's been a lot of people that are not fucking Ubisoft fans, and were like, he plays like a freed slave that fucking assassinates KKK. That sounds pretty metal, actually. And it does. Like it's not even like, it's actually a decent enough fucking premise. Like I have no qualms about that. Period. Nobody does. I mean, Democrats probably do, because Democrats are racist, clearly. Because that's who the fucking KKK were, people. That's how that worked. I'm not trying to be political, but literally that's history, guys. That's just how it is.
The curiosity is so that it goes on to say that they were looking at around the 1860s to the 1870s. That would have been an interesting time to play in.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Reconstruction era after the Civil War.
So this would be what 100 years after Assassin's Creed 3?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Assassin's Creed 3 was the Revolutionary War.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So that would have been 78. That would have been 1776.
Yeah.
So you're looking at about 100 years later in America. You'd have gotten to see it from that perspective now.
Yeah. Yeah, Reconstruction era, the end of the Civil War, the beginning of more modern times, because that kind of ended the Wild West, because that's the same time period that like Red Dead did, right?
Mhm.
Okay.
Civilization was coming in, so
No, was it 1800s to the 19th century to 1900? I think
Yeah.
is when Red Dead was set. So this was
Somewhere
100 years
around
before.
there.
Let me get. I'll actually find it.
This was
Which
100
Red
years
Dead are
even
you
before
after?
that. Red Dead 2. Well, Red Dead 1 actually takes place after Red Dead 2 did. So Red Dead 2 is the prequel.
Time period.
pretty sure Red Dead 2's in 18s.
According to this, it says Red Dead Redemption 2 is primarily set in the year 1899, a period at the end of the Wild West era, a two-part epilogue in 1907.
Yeah. Okay. So 1860s to 1870s. So this is about 20 years before even like Red Dead Wild. So like this is the beginning of the Wild West. This is when people are starting to go west, right?
Oh shit! This is starting to sound like a cooler story than it's letting on to be. Like, okay, so you're killing KKK as a black freed slave during the Wild West.
That would have been pretty fucking cool,
right?
And there's not a single person who would have been mad at killing KKK members.
No, and you could even add. I thought about this because I watched the OCP podcast the other day with Jazz and Rada, and they were talking about this game as well, and I had some other thoughts like to add it, not necessarily to be like super crude or nothing, but like some cool animations to add was like you fucking hang a KKK guy by like jumping, like you throw a noose around him and then jump over a limb and fucking use your body weight to pull him up.
Yeah,
that's one of your assassination like techniques or whatever. Like you could have done some cool shit and fucking rode a horse and had a fucking six gun and like fucking
and you
Wild
could have
West
gone
cowboy.
as woke as you wanted to, and we barely would have noticed.
Well, I mean, to be realistic, it would probably had a lot of N-words in it because that was freely used at that point in time.
True.
And I guess you could have like
calm down on that word if anything.
I guess you could.
Okay.
Well, for it to be realistic, like you could have it, but then if you had you could add a sensitivity filter that fucking took that word out or whatever.
Okay.
So that people that got offended by everything wouldn't be offended or whatever.
This was just a quick pop on Google real quick, so take it for what. And this is its AI thing. Mm-hmm. So just as a quick bullet point, here's kind of some stuff going on.
I can hear you guys. I'm going to get a drink, so keep talking.
Okay.
This is a bullet point from 1860 to 1865. Political conflict. Abraham Lincoln's election in 1860 prompted the Southern states to secede the Confederacy. Civil War was fought from 1861 to 1865, with the Union eventually winning and bringing the Confederate States back into the Union. The Emancipation was Proclamation is in 1862 declared slaves in Confederate states free. The 13th Amendment was ratified in 1865, officially abolished slavery in the U.S. Lincoln's assassination, like if you could have set this up in that type of time frame, imagine being like around when that happened in April of 1865, after the war ended. Reconstruction, 1865 to 1870. Reconstruction, the period began amid rebuilding the South and integrate formerly enslaved people back into American society. New rights of American of African Americans. Newly freed African Americans began exercising political rights such as voting. The Freedmen's Bureau was established to aid them. Southern resistance to these changes were met with violence, leading to the formation groups of the Ku Klux Klan. Northern industries growth, northern industrialization accelerated. Imagine going through factories being built during that time, seeing some of these massive factories built.
The Templars,
Western expansion, the Homestead Act, and the Pacific Railway Act encouraged Western migration and settlement. New towns and settlements springing up, and technology advancements and innovations like telegraphs, electric lights, and improved elevators began to change daily life through many workers and farmers that faced hard times due to low wages and overproduction. Oh my God! Like, think about it. Getting to use a telegraph.
So
your character interacting with lights. Like, holy shit!
So you think about it, Templars assassinate Lincoln, and then the Templars were basically the KKK throughout the whole fucking series anyway. You know what I mean? And then they're trying to find some part of Eden or whatever. You know, to tie into the Assassin's Creed storyline.
Deal. Because it's based on truth, not that it is truth. They're never telling.
Well, it's historical. Yeah, it's the same. It's the same like all of the other Assassin's Creed games except for Shadows, where that's like realistically history or whatever. So Syndicate is set like there's trains and stuff in Syndicate.
Isn't Syndicate during the industrial era?
Yeah, it's England.
But I mean, honestly, as you know, this doesn't sound like a terrible idea to go explore that era of America, especially if you're talking it's basically Red Dead Redemption. Like how that would work. Like would your guy actually
London 1868. So it basically would run like in parallel with Syndicate as far as timeline goes.
Ooh, that'd be kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Get a little bit of cross between the Europeans and the American.
Well, I mean, they're across the pond, and there was no like.
You could still throw stones at each other.
So here's a question: would you walk around in Western attire, like what we think of when we think Western, with the blade underneath your arm?
Yes.
Well, yeah, you'd have
like dress my ass up like Woody, and then
the poncho
stab
looking, cape or duster, the duster.
Yeah.
And then your cowboy hat. Do they have hoods? I guess they would have hoods, right?
They'd had to work.
There's dusters with hoods, if anything.
Yeah. So
okay, I mean that's kind of sounds like a pretty cool game if you set it up in that aspect to explore that era. But where would you put it? That would be the issue. Is where do you put it in America?
I would think
Like, do you bring it down south here in Georgia? Do you put it into, like, Florida? Because Georgia was the biggest slave state, I think, of them all. Like, this was the prison of the 13 colonies. So do you bring it to, like, North Carolina? Do you take it out a little bit further to, like, Missouri, right on the borderline? Where would you go with it?
So I'm trying to find it here. Reconstruction era. I Googled this. I Googled historically where was the KKK most active. 1865 Reconstruction era. Deep South during Reconstruction, where it used terrorism and violence to undermine Republican rule, restore white supremacy. South Carolina, North Carolina, Alabama, Mississippi, and Georgia saw extensive Klan violence aimed at terrorizing, disenfranchising Black Americans. So during that time period, you're looking at, you said it, South Carolina, North Carolina, and you're going around old plantations and stuff. And yeah, I mean, you could have some cool wilderness style things.
What about Savannah, Georgia?
Yeah,
maybe that would be somewhere down in there. This way you get the.
Yeah. So here, reading what this says, South Carolina, one of the most notorious zones for Klan activity in 1871. 500 Klansmen attacked the jail in Union County, lynching 8 Black prisoners. North Carolina experienced rampant KKK brutality, intimidation against Black Americans and white Republicans. During this period, federal investigations that found Klan North Carolina were a paramilitary white supremacist organization. and then the other ones in Georgia as well. So I mean, like,
So if you did what?
really,
probably
in all
Charleston,
honesty,
Columbia,
you could base it around there, but then you could also like have segments where you traveled to, North Carolina or South Carolina during these other, notable things that happen or whatever.
Okay.
And then like you can fast forward in time to 1900 or when you're like and do like a fucking wagon train out west or working on a railroad. Like you don't have to set it exactly around that time. You could bounce around if you need to.
I would just be thinking about game mechanics. How would they do that to
Right.
Because the Assassin's Creed world is open world. You can go walk around it at any point in time. You can go wherever you want. So it's like I'm thinking you'd have to put it in like a specific area. So Savannah, Georgia would be a cool place to go walk around. Charleston, I would assume, would be a good one to go do it at. But you'd have to make it like I guess someone who's historically accurate to put where, because if you're trying to work the KKK into it, I guess that would determine, are you having to go more Mississippi with it? Do you need to go Alabama? Where? And also you'd have to consider Terminus at that point, I think is what it was called. What was originally Atlanta.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, isn't that where they had the World Science Fair or some shit? Oh, that was someplace else.
Yeah, it was called Terminus. It was given to it in 1837, and then it was burned down during the Civil War. I'm pretty sure.
I mean, okay, so you do Savannah, Georgia. Check this out, dude. I'm gonna send this image over because I was thinking of what the map would look like. So I looked up what the map from that time period looks like. So you have
bringing it over.
You have your actual city, and then you have like these outskirts, farms, swampland, stuff or whatever.
Oh yeah, this totally looks like an Assassin's Creed map.
Right.
Oh yeah.
So you got a fort over here. You got Fort. Is that Fort? Well, I can't read it. Fort Wampner. What? I can't read. What that
I can't.
Says. I can't.
I mean, even if I make this. So Savannah's right there. Skidway Island. I'm trying to see stuff I can actually read.
Yeah.
White's March. Yeah, I mean, you could totally do this region.
There's a railroads coming in there, Atlantic and Gulf railroads.
Right there.
So you could have railways to ride around on if you need to.
The Georgia Central Railroad right there.
Yeah. Some cool like swimming or boat mechanics to do on these rivers.
You could actually even go out into the Atlantic.
Yeah.
If you wanted to. Now keep in mind, we're looking at this horizontal. This would be running more on a diagonal. If y'all were actually looking at it properly on Georgia, for those of you who don't know where Savannah is, this would be on more of a horizontal slant.
Yeah, but that would be very cool because, from what I was reading there, during that time period, they were giving slaves land and stuff. I don't know, man. It feels to me like, and like I'd said last year, it's like Ubisoft just continues to make like the wrong decisions on everything they do. You know what I mean? Like,
I like they do it as a challenge almost.
Keep in mind where we're talking about, chat, is right in here.
Yeah.
And it's right on the South Carolina Georgia border. Is Savannah, Georgia. This is where we'd be looking at. Is something down here in the south. So this is like real plantation-y. This is probably one of Georgia's. If you want to see some like real Southern like historical stuff that didn't get destroyed by the Civil War, it's probably down in here. All up through in here is you're going to see a lot of. You'll see some of it still there, but a lot of this area had a lot of damage through the Civil War. So a lot of that stuff doesn't exist. And then Stone Mountain right there is a massive rock that's you can see from Atlanta.
And
Um,
it doesn't have to be historical fiction, but you could add some really cool like lessons of like what the freed slaves are actually trying to accomplish now or whatever, like have some like uplifting style messages without going too woke about it. I'm sure
Yeah.
they'd go too woke. I don't trust these people not to just fuck everything up at this point. But like, yeah, man, like I'm gonna be honest with you, this would have just from what we've described, if they'd have done something similar to what we've been talking about, it'd have been fucking awesome.
you would just need to do your research on this is the thing. Like,
But the next actual slated Assassin's Creed game is the one that's like set around the Salem witch trials, or it's like Assassin's Creed Hex or some bullshit.
okay.
It's gonna be garbage. It's like Fleekazoid said, Assassin's Creed Crazy Cat Lady. That's exactly what the fuck that game's gonna be. I think they fucked up. I do. Well, they clearly already fucked up several times.
Yeah, Samurai. We're just going to leave it at that.
Yeah. Shadows is just a completely fucked up. They should just make a new game. I mean, yeah. Well, like I said, they canceled on this post Civil War game where you played as a freed slave against the KKK because of some jargon, and I think it's a mistake. I don't know if Ubisoft is in a position to even try to make a new IP at this point. I think they're clinging to literally anything they can. They fucked up the Skull and Bones game. They spent $300 million on that game, and it was a complete and total failure. The X Defiant game did not go anywhere. They just had flop after flop last year. So much so that Tencent, bought a pretty big stake in the company, and now Tencent and Ubisoft have actually split partners.
Somebody's pinging, and I'm trying to find where that's at.
What's that?
Somebody's pinging, and I don't know where it's at.
Pinging the microphone?
My Discord, and I do not know where it's at.
Oh,
it's Akaza over in Spirit Destiny. There we go. Let me just server mute this for 24 hours.
So anyway,
okay.
Yeah, I just, I hope somebody comes around and makes I like the premise of Assassin's Creed game. I like the mechanics and stuff of it. I hope somebody makes something similar and continues to tell these stories. I think I don't know, man. Like the series itself, I thought was really good. It had a way to tie in everything.
Because you're getting to historically play in the areas, which is cool. Like,
yeah, you play in those timelines, and yeah. I don't know, man. I think it's a giant failure. They still, like I said, they own the rights to the Ghost Recon games. Like I was talking about how the last couple were really good. I don't know if they have the same the Ubisoft team that had their hands on Shadows. I think overall of Ubisoft employees was like 19,000 employees. I don't think they all worked on Shadows,
wild.
But it was a fucking giant number of people who worked on these games. Yeah, no, Ghost Recon is still fun. What I'm saying is sad is I don't know if we'll get another game like that. Another new Ghost Recon game that's going to have the same care that went into the first couple of them.
So I own Wildlands.
Okay.
Is what it says. So I own that one.
Yeah.
But I do not remember playing Wildlands.
We should definitely give it a go. It's to me, it's really fun. I don't think I've ever actually beat Wildlands. I played a shit ton of hours into it. I don't know if I've ever actually beat the whole story campaign on it.
Tom Clancy Ghost Recon Wildlands. I have 29.9 hours in it. I have unlocked 0 of 57 achievements.
Oh. Okay.
Okay. So I have this that I've never, I guess, played.
Well, you played 30 hours of it.
But according to achievements, I haven't even beat the first mission.
Yeah,
So-
something smells off with that one. Rayman was awesome. Yeah, but I heard that they did Rayman like an NFT or some shit. Division was good. Like I said, they had great franchises. Far Cry, I love Far Cry franchise. They've had great franchises. I just don't know what happened to their fucking leadership, where they can't actually.
Make a game.
Well, they like I said, there's too many. There might be too big of teams now. They just keep tripping over each other, and they can't get a line to make. Because Division 3 was supposed to be, towns get shuffled around. Division 3 was supposed to be a thing, and they just keep pushing it back, and they keep like dropping new Division DLC for Division 2 that came out what? When did Division 2 come out? 3-4 years ago now?
At least.
And they've done like different DLCs and stuff, and it hasn't made me want to go back. Really.
March 12th, 2019.
No
Yeah.
shit. Fuck. For Division 2 was 2019?
What I just pulled up.
Fucking Christ, man.
Let me double check. Yes, March 12th, 2019.
It just doesn't feel like it was that long ago, but I guess so, yeah.
Welcome to getting old, people.
Right. I was still a console gamer at the time. before
Yeah.
This is before I was even PC gaming. What did we have left? The Pokemon stuff?
We have the Pokemon, we have the racing.
Yeah, I don't care about the racing thing. I just it was an interesting headline, but it's not something I'd
It is funny, and I did end up looking it up, by the way, just real quick. I'll
Yeah.
just pull it up just to quickly touch and go.
Yeah, just touch on it.
So this was an article he had found. It says racing games are outselling every other genre in 2025. I went and I did a quick Google search on, or I did a quick Grok search, and actually, according to this, it's more like action adventure is the number one seller first person shooter, then RPGs, sports, battle royales, simulations, strategy, then racing games. So it's more like eighth in line. And that makes way more sense when you look at the actual general market tabs than that. So this is just a clickbait article, honestly, which is what I was going to hit on. Is this just clickbait? But it is a popular thing, and I know it's getting more popular because some of the racing tech is getting more and more like advanced now, which is making the race sim stuff pop pretty cool now. Yes, the Pokemon thing is right here.
Yeah, so they're saying that the new Pokemon game does not have voice acting. This is Game Rant said here, I started playing Pokemon Legends ZA and I'm already disappointed.
No one's surprised.
Yeah, so I'm seeing a bunch of screenshots. So I'm guessing people are still buying this crap. It's hard not to be disappointed in the latest game in the long-running franchise. Pokemon Legends took the main series of the game in a bold new direction. So it's understandable that fans would be excited to follow up Pokemon Legends ZA, long-awaited sequel of Arceus or whatever the fuck. Offering a new setting, new battle system, and return of Mega Evolutions. Hype for Pokemon Legends has been building, has it? Anyway, scroll down.
Well,
please.
people were actually hyped to see Mega Evolutions come back. It's just we were expectedly less hyped once we realized it was going to be locked behind a day one DLC and then ranked online play.
Which is giga oof.
Yeah, so I just started playing Pokemon Legends and I only logged a couple hours, and I've come away disappointed in my experience so far. It's a technical disaster that Scarlet and Violet. It's far from a technical disaster that Scarlet and Violet were at launch, but there are certain aspects that are underwhelming and also falls into some of the same traps that other Pokemon games have in terms of gameplay and pacing. I'll be playing a lot more before issuing my final verdict, but my first impression of the game leaves a lot to be desired. So it wasn't built from the ground up with Nintendo's beefier home console handheld hybrid in mind. Because of this, I wasn't expecting Pokemon to feature a vastly superior graphics to the Switch Pokemon games. But I still noticed unfortunate issues and I hoped would be ironed out on the newer console as I got to control of my character in Pokemon Legends. The first thing that I saw was the characters popping in and out of existence. Fun.
Mm-hmm.
That would be there. I would move closer to them. They would disappear. I would move closer still. They would appear. It's a distracting problem with a greater city. This happens in close quarters areas. Scroll, please. Colors pop into frame. Frame rate is solid. Still leaves something to be desired from the graphic standpoint. In terms of audio, it's still disappointing. The game recycles sounds and music from the previous games in the series, which is fine for the occasional nostalgia trip, but it's a little excessive here. Most damning, complete lack of voice acting. Even for the important cutscenes, which make the events playing on screen feel flat and rob them of their potential impact. I don't need voice acting in every bit of the dialogue, but more elaborate cutscenes should absolutely have it. The lack makes the game come across as cheap and stuck in the past. It's time for Pokemon to evolve better to meet the modern standards when it comes to visuals and audio presentation. Nemo, continue reading, please.
Commotion. A common problem Pokemon games have had in the last decade is the excessive hand-holding and yapping, and unfortunately, that issue appears to plague Pokemon Legends Z through A as well. I assume that things will let up the further I got into the game, but the first handful of missions constantly wrestle control away from the players for both tutorials and talking. The older Pokemon games wasted little time in sending players off on their own adventures, and these newer games could learn a thing or two from the predecessors. I'm also not sold on the Luminois City setting. Exploring the wild in Pokemon Legends Arceus was a blast and gave the game a sense of exploration that I have yet to get from Z through A's wild zones. Granted, I've only played the game for a couple of hours so far, so there's still a chance that things can turn around, and I'm made a believer of the wild zones, but we'll see. That's not to say that I'm not enjoying certain aspects of Pokemon Legends Z through A. Its real-time combat system is an interesting change of pace, and the thrill of catching a ball is still timeless. Still, it's hard not to be disappointed that the follow-up to the groundbreaking Arceus doesn't push the franchise forward more, but perhaps my perspective will change the longer I play. It won't. Despite its flaws, I'm in Pokemon Legends Z through A for the long haul, and there's a chance that it gets better as it goes along, which I find is true of most modern Pokemon games. Even if I finish Pokemon Legends Z through A and come away still disappointed, there's plenty to look forward to when it comes to future Pokemon games. Game Freak's plans through 2030 have leaked online, revealing that the Generation 10 Pokemon games are coming as Switch 2 exclusives. Isn't that convenient? A third Legends game set in the Galar region. God damn it, that has my interest, but I'm refusing to let it. Is on the horizon. And then there may even be a multi-region Pokemon remake in the works. Hopefully my experience with Z through A will improve and the game can tide me over while waiting for more info on the franchise's future.
I sent you a clip.
Yeah. Play it.
Pull that up. Yeah, pull that up and play it, please.
Yeah.
I actually am baffled.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, there's Best Girl.
I am actually
No.
completely why would you even put this scene in and not have some kind of like humming sound or literally anything? Like you have a rock scene, music, you have background like booze or whatever, but
This
Game Freak
goes.
could have one of the comments on it. Game Freak literally could have avoided this by just making this guy anything but a singer, or not make him sing.
They could have.
Make this singing event or signing event or something. Just go. The show just ended. Like they could have done literally anything.
Exactly. They could have done anything to hide that, but no, they did in fact put that front and fucking center.
So what that tells me is like they designed this to have voice acting, and then it got to the point where like, yeah, we're not gonna actually hire any fucking voice actors. Fuck all that. Like I just don't get it, man.
Oh, fuck.
Are you in pain?
So this gives me a brain aneurysm for one reason. And it's the same thing I talk about with Sword Art Online. Why the fuck can we not get a real version of that? Like, throw me in the world, give me the 100 damn floors, and let me fucking go at it. Why can we not get a MMO version of Pokemon where it is the full fucking world with all the damn little Pokemons running around exactly how it is in game? Size, everything.
We do get that. It's called Pal World.
There you go.
Okay. But now I want my IP. I want my Charizard. I want my Mew. I want my Mewtwo. I want my Blastoise. I want my Squirtle. I want my fucking Pikachu.
Oh, well, don't worry. You see, once Nintendo is done trying to sue Pocket Pair, they plan to make their own. There's even been pictures released of it.
No, they don't. This game tells me they do not.
Here's the thing. This is the main part of the Pokemon franchise. They've been re-releasing this shit over and over again. Legends Arceus, bit different. I kind of count that more towards the lines of almost Pal World at that point, because it was open world, it was different. But the way that they're trying to do the new one.
Pokemon Sword and Shield had fucking voice lines.
Did it?
It was fully
I'm
voice
talking
acted.
about throw the whole system away. Okay, what we know as modern Pokemon, throw it all away. Start it over like a real MMO, okay? And it is a full 3D world that plays nothing like this, and it would play as if you are really in the world. There is no turn-based bullshit. It's you have to deal with it like you're watching the show. You know, it's the Onyx does rock smash and you need to use your water cannon. You know, you got to do it before it hits you. You need to utilize your Pokemon skills. You got to get them to dodge. You got to tell them to do all this stuff.
If I'm going to be 100% honest with you, Pokemon is out of date.
I'm not going to fight that.
I think that battle system worked on the original Game Boy.
Yep.
It was set as turn-based or whatever.
Yep.
But you're talking about making a full-on 3D style game. You cannot do it with Pokemon. Not in the traditional, like, trainers, you tell your fucking Pokemon to do this. I don't think you can do that. It'd still have to be turn-based. It'd have to be. It's really the only way their system works. Whereas
okay. Follow me for 2 seconds, and I won't go on a long tangent of it.
Okay.
You are the trainer that is able to walk around, okay? So you are it's always your perspective and the Pokemon's out in front of you.
Yep.
So look at it from Black Desert's combat system, which has all the multi-key functions, okay? And you can pick all the skills, which kind of goes into what the Pokemon learn. So when it hits battle mode, you, the trainer, are going to be stationary. And then now it goes, WF does this, the whatever does this. And it's, you are able to control in a real-time scenario. So if you see, let's say, a Charizard about to use Flamethrower, you can press SD, and now it does a Blastoise skill, which can do Water Cannon. And now you, by pressing SD, can fight the Water Cannon. Then it can do a QWERTY thing to it, to where if you hit it at the right time, you can do a like Super Saiyan battle between it where you do the push and pull.
Right.
And it could work.
But I'm thinking about that. If we took from like the Expedition 33s, it's a turn-based game, but there's like a dodge and parry system built in to the turn-based. So if an attack's coming at you, you can parry or you can dodge said attack. So I'm guessing if you set it up similar scenario where you had your, I mean, I could see that working. I can see that.
It needs to be, like I said, look at it from a more modern aspect of it, where you get more keys, more input, and it's not just me having to face tank the skill. It's an actual. I can dodge it.
An actual skill check. Yeah.
Yeah. So if I actually have the agility be up on my Pikachu, I can dodge your attack because my agility is 80 higher than you.
Right. But like I said, if you go and if Nintendo ever went that route where they actually, to me, the reason why I feel like you never even see that is because clearly the lack of just like care or whatever
Innovation.
they put in innovation that they put into these games, they're just not pushing the envelope. They could have fucking Pokemon could have made a Pal World style game. They had Breath of the Wild. For fuck's sake, you could have almost ripped off Breath of the Wild and did Pokemon that way, years ago. They could have done these things, but they didn't. Power World is fun. The way Power World works is you fight as your main character. You either have a sword or a gun or whatever, and you shoot, and you summon your pal, and your pal has its own skills that normally operate autonomously. Now, some of them you can ride and control how their skills work. The other option, which is like that Anemo game or whatever we were looking at, where you actually transform into said monster and then use their attacks. You become them.
Okay, now I got one more for you. What happens if you are the trainer walking around the world and you get the blip for the animation? Okay, let's say a Pidgeot shows up, okay?
Yeah.
You throw your Pokeball and then the transition goes into the Pokemon, and now you're playing Black Desert Action Combat as that Pokemon. And there's always the one button, the recall, which is where you pull them back, and then now you throw out your next Pokemon, and then you now action combat them.
That's Pokemon Stadium, basically, right? Wasn't that what Stadium was? Where you actually, which one was it you actually fight as the Pokemon?
It is Stadium, but I'm saying like
the ones where you fight as the Pokemon is Pokemon Mystery Dungeon.
What is Stadium? I thought Stadium was like an actual 3D Pokemon.
Yeah, it was. But what I'm saying is
you don't fight as the Pokemon.
What I'm trying to say is like,
you mean you think don't fight as the Pokemon?
Like as Black Desert, I can now WASD move around and jump with my Pokemon. I can fully move it around and control it. And I now have the Black Desert key system to use Thunderbolt. I can now use whatever skill I want. If I want to fly with Charizard, I have to press a certain thing. I've only got 30 seconds I can fly. There's many things. What I'm saying is you could revolutionize how Pokemon is done, and it would be the most god tier game of these kids' generations to be able to experience the world like they see it in the show.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And because it is turn-based, quote unquote, in how you get the interaction in animation. But if you take the animation out and you assume it's real life, it's actually much faster interactions because you're not having to frame A, show thing, frame B, receive thing. You can actually put it in real time and speed up the mechanics, and it would feel like you're playing a modern MMO of these Pokemon. And that's part of the point of training and building them, is you have to learn how to play as these Pokemon. And I think there is a lot of innovation that could be done here if you pulled it out from underneath Nintendo's stubborn ass. Like, be innovative. Why is it that I can think of this idea and I'm not a Nintendo developer, and I think this would probably be one of the most successful Pokemon games ever, because you would get rid of the entire engine that it's built on. It would look gorgeous, and it would feel like you are getting to play in that world. And because it's an MMO, we are literally making this as an MMO. You can now get every region as an eventual unlock in it. Think about it like Elder Scrolls Online, where you now have the entire map of Tamriel opened. Boom. The counter argument, which is the business one, you can't dev that game every 2 years and keep it at full price. No, that's the whole reason why this would become the Elder Scrolls Online mentality of it would have to be a service that is sold for a long time. And I get it. You want to sell the new game. But if we're talking revolutionary, this would be the Elder Scrolls Online, pick up each region, go everywhere. But that is a great argument.
I mean, the business aspect is why it is just and will always continue to be furry ball catchers, copy and paste. every fucking one. They're the exact same. They can slap a new coat of bullshit on it or whatever. But they put out 2 fucking versions and it has 1 separate fucking monster in it or whatever. And then they, people fucking buy 2 of them or whatever. I don't know, dude. I don't really. I played one Pokemon game. It was fun enough. But as far as like the fucking obsession for this series, I don't understand. I just don't get it. To me, it's trash. I wouldn't spend $600 on the fucking Nintendo console anyway. But I damn sure.
I mean,
wouldn't
I
spend
emulated
about-
Sword and Shield when I played that, or not?
So-
Scarlet and Violet. I emulated that.
Yeah. So, I mean,
Good
yeah,
choice.
If you emulate or whatever you want to do, that's fine. But it's like, console sales are more important. Yeah, it's console sales, but I'm going to be honest with you. Their first party lineup stuff that they've come out with Switch 2 is not impressive at all. I don't think it sold that console. I know they keep popping numbers like, oh yeah, it's the fastest selling console ever in the history of mankind and all that shit. I just don't see it. I just don't see it.
But I know they don't do it, but I'm saying it would be the game changer because every Pokemon fan would get to create their own avatar. You would be able to play in the world. You could pick your starter region.
Ooh,
That's
that'd
why
be fun.
This is the reason why Power World exists. Is because Nintendo never fucking did it. And Pocket Pair and the team guys that made that game were like, we want a game where we could play as a full-on 3D Pokemon style game. And that's why that game exists, is because Nintendo
Wouldn't do it.
since 1990 or whatever the first fucking, like they've had
1999 or 96.
No.
Something like that.
Pokemon.
No, it wasn't 99, right?
Blue. Pokemon Blue is in 1996.
Okay.
1 year
Yeah.
before I was birthed.
30 years. They've had 30 years and they've made a gajillion dollars.
And yet they
You
can't
can't-
seem to grab any of those gajillions to make something
Well, that's I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like they
anything
haven't.
different than what they've been doing since before I was born.
Yeah. They just slightly upgrade said graphics to new console each time. That's it.
I'm not gonna lie, I think there is a Pokemon Yellow box somewhere, and if I have this thing, I need to go find it because I think this thing is fucking expensive.
Yeah, probably. But that's just what I'm saying. Like it to me, I don't know, dude. We watched that trailer, that Pokemon trailer. Where it was like in a fucking haunted mansion. The Pokemon were like hiding out or whatever. And,
I can go buy a car with this thing.
God damn.
I need to go see if that exists. And I'm not losing my mind because I think there's a sealed box somewhere.
Fucking
Looks
get
like
that bread, bro.
Looks like we're gonna know. You can make up for all that black desert money you spent.
Hell yeah. Close. Kind of. I might need to find a second one, but yeah. No, I think there might be a sealed version of that shit somewhere. And I just need to get it graded as a PSA 10. And if it is, oh my god.
There you fucking go. You got bank. Hey, could I get a little loan?
Yeah, I'd lend you some. Get you a new computer so you can actually play shit.
Just get me back to Arkansas.
Flutter,
So that way I'd have some better Wi-Fi.
Do you and Flutter at the same time. Be like, y'all need fucking new computers. Here you go.
Well, you wouldn't even need Wi-Fi. You could get straight up, get the fiber and plug it in.
Yep.
Oh yeah, no, that is definitely what I plan to do. It's like get away from Oregon here, get down to Arkansas where I can have some better Wi-Fi. Because as it is here, it sucks.
My condolences.
Also, as soon as it rains or if it gets too windy, everybody forgets how to drive, even though they've lived here all their goddamn lives, and they're just
That's
like, "Oh,
everywhere.
look, a telephone pole."
Yeah, that is everywhere. There's less people probably in Arkansas, but it's still everywhere. I'm looking through some game trailers to see if anything's popping.
All right,
at
we got
me.
one other thing we wanted to quickly touch on today,
Okay.
which was last week. I had the lovely rant over Blue Protocol and how that was going.
And
so
how's it going this week?
As the last I checked, it had a downfall. Let me just bring up the.
Oh,
It's not actually as bad as it sounds, Blue Protocol, but it did have a downfall. Here we go. Share the screen. So last week we checked in, and it was at the peak at the time of about 80,000. So it slightly went up, but it's definitely falling off.
ouch.
It's definitely going through cycles. It's definitely dropping.
Oh, that
at 8
dip
a.m.
there is painful.
Yeah, 8,000 players. Probably not doing too
Ouchie.
hot.
I guess everybody went to bed at that time, maybe?
There's
1400 GM. That almost seems like server issues. I'm not gonna lie.
They're still pushing.
The ratings improved because the people that actually have reviewed it have walked away from the game. So now anybody who simps for it, anybody who's watched they're promoting the hell out of this game with sponsored streamers. So this ramp up is gonna now be the month to need to watch because
they're sponsoring a bunch of streamers and shit too.
Is now you're getting a bunch of people in, and as soon as they actually play the game, they might say, yeah, it's fun, but then they drop off and play. I expect this number to drop by at least 25-30% by we'll say this time next month. This will drop at least 30%. So you'll be looking at let's see here. If I take current, I'll be nice and I'll give them 58,000 times 0.3 it'll drop another 17,000. So 58,000 minus 17,400 will be somewhere sitting around 40,000 in a month. They'll lose another 17,000 players.
That hurts.
For a game that was this hyped, I expect this game to last no more than 2 years. It'll be completely dead. So don't spend money on it, people. It will be gone. All right, that was all I wanted to talk about.
Damn.
Nice.
Brutal.
So I've watched a trailer today that looked interesting. I don't know if it's a game I would play or not, but it does look interesting. So I'm gonna send that trailer over to you and see we can watch it. It's like a 4 or 5 minute trailer.
Ooh.
We can check this out and see what we think. 'Cause I want to see what you guys
Alright.
think about this.
Let me go ahead and put it on the 1080p setting here.
That drop was at Pokemon ZA release.
And here we go.
So, rules of engagement, the gray state. Looks very pretty. Tactical shooter, like, you know. Did this show a engine? Hey, no. Bad. We got tactical FPS horror game. Hey, no, bad. Oh, ooh, not.
Hey, he had the munchies. I ain't gonna stop a man if they're hungry.
Hey, it's the TVA.
It's horror Armorata. So these look like the fucking once human monsters.
Ew, squishy. Ew. Beating that thing on the ground until it stops moving.
Did you just pull out a lightsaber?
I was thinking the same thing.
Oh, that was cool. He wiped the fucking wiped the fucking water droplets off his mask or whatever. The COD Souls like, yeah. Reload animations are pretty slick. Somebody's a gun guy.
Y'all have seen the cursed healing animations, right?
So this looks like PvEVP. Right? It looks like you're fighting other like humans. Class abilities and builds.
Sledge. Heavy assault
like-
shield.
Rainbow Six. Monsters. Oh, shoddy shield. Wow. Fucked. I kind of wonder if this is gonna be like Hunt the Showdown, where it's like an extraction shooter. This is okay. I'm getting Hunt Showdown vibes now that I'm actually seeing this. EVP. What the?
Yummy.
Fuck? Take the baby.
Take the baby.
You can fucking get stealth camouflage. Let's go. Pokey pokey.
Jab.
Go to sleep.
Listen. Uh-oh.
Yay! My favorite. Can't go wrong with a goddamn flamethrower.
Created some clear water. And reinstate. This is Rainbow Souls 6. Yep. This feels very much Hunt the Showdown, where you fight monsters, but then you also fight other teams to get the stuff and extract. Okay, so it's not exactly what I thought it was from the trailer I watched earlier. What do you think so far? It looks good.
I'll tell you what, I am highly spoiled of Battlefield's rifle sounds now.
Yeah.
Because that M4 in Battlefield is damn. And this
They
was
may
good
have had
little
it turned.
cheap.
They may have had it turned down a little bit too. So I'm wondering, did it say what engine that's running on? I don't remember seeing alpha build, work in progress. Oh, I wonder if it's Unreal 5. That's what I was
Let
curious
me
about.
Google it real quick. Hang on. What is that? Rules of
Engagement. The gray
State.
Gray state. Yeah.
Gray State.
Forest Studios.
What are we looking for? We're looking
The
for
game engine.
Game engine. Yeah. So we saw some other trailers that were very similar to this here a while back. So
Doesn't say on their comments down here.
says you can wishlist it on Steam, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, so it's probably on Steam what engine it has.
All right, I'm looking.
I'm also looking, but I don't really know where to look. So
Rules of engagement, the gray state. Hey, it's free.
yeah, it's to be announced.
It is. See here.
I'm not seeing anything.
Well, your mission. Okay, you're a Strider, an elite operative hired by an enigmatic organization to venture the gray state, an unstable dimension filled with horrific monstrosities and alien artifacts. Your mission is simple: to retrieve the Vertex. The Vertex. It's literally Vertex. The Vertex. A priceless artifact from the heart of the anomaly survived the nightmarish lawless frontier, with rival squads fighting for the same score. So yeah, this is Hunt the Showdown.
Yeah. There was another one that wound up kind of. I'm reading a different thing, so trying to figure out what kind of engine it's run on. I am not finding shit.
Rules of engagement. The Gray State. Engine.
This is an in-house engine because they're the devs of Ring of Elysium. Their studio got a name change.
Ooh, in-house engine. Nice. I like that.
That would explain why I can't find anything on it.
Yep. So I was just looking at. It's not a
Yeah,
game. It's not a game
that's what I'm saying. Like, if it was Unreal 5, that would be fucking bukkakied everywhere across it.
Mhm.
Not wrong. I hate how not wrong you are with that. It's not wrong. You ain't right. You're not wrong.
He's out of line, but he's right. Yeah. Anyway, looked cool to me. The bit of the trailer I watched earlier looked pretty cool. I'm not seeing much else trailer-wise, as far as like anything super unique jumping out at me. Yeah, Forgotten Clan, Arena Breakout trailer. There's a new Warframe, the Teacher Quest reveal trailer. Don't care. Deadly Delivery. Ion Fury. The Outer Worlds 2 official. Yeah, so excuse me. I guess Outer Worlds 2 is now coming out. I thought that game came out like 6 months ago. Am I wrong? I remember they're like, "Oh, this game's going to be $80," and they're like, "Yeah, it's going to be 60."
I think they wound up pushing it back a little bit.
You are getting
week or
your free to
two.
play. I got breaking news. You are going to be getting a Black Ops or a Special Ops missions in Battlefield.
Ooh, nice. Okay.
Says right here, you'll be getting Gauntlet. Battle to complete a series of missions. Squads with the lowest score in each missions are eliminated. The last squad standing wins. So Gauntlet is probably what you need to look out for.
Okay.
Are you sure, talking to somebody in our chat, Hellcrest, are you sure that Gray State Studios are the same ones that did Ring of Elysium? Because I looked it up and they've got two different titles. Granted, name changes are a thing, yes, but
yeah, this
would
man
they
can
not-
do like serious level stalking. I trust him.
Gotcha. Can't help but question.
He's probably spot on. Let's just put it that way. I trust my informant. When I want to get dirt on something, it's him. I mean, what? I didn't say anything. Yep, nope. My entire feed is literally Battlefield and anime titties.
Yeah, mine's been Battlefield clips and like cat videos here, just because I watched like 2 cat videos. I don't get it.
And here's the really funny thing: even though Battlefield is down in viewers, it's still better than their Call of Duty's all-time high. Oh shit! What?
Yeah, I mean it's hard to say because there's definitely I think like a giant majority of people were definitely playing the last Call of Duty on Xbox Games Pass because it was on Xbox Games Pass. You know, I would say the biggest majority of players were not on Steam.
Yeah.
I would say the biggest majority of players still playing the game are not on Steam.
Yeah.
So we got a gauntlet mode, and they also talked about a battle royale
Yep, that's coming.
mode as well.
Solos, duos, and quads.
There's a trailer for a game called Screaming in the Basement.
Y'all need a basement to scream in? Damn.
It's a horror game. So
But imagine needing a whole ass basement just to scream.
well, I think it's like you hear screaming in the basement and you don't know it's there.
Well, that's just when you kindly tell them to shut the fuck up. You're trying to sleep. You'll deal with them tomorrow.
Yeah, I don't think evil spirits and shit really take kindly to that.
I don't
know,
give
maybe.
a damn.
I mean, you can tell off a spirit or demon or whatever the fuck you do.
I have in the past. It did not end well. And
That's
I'll
true.
fucking do it again.
I'm not seeing anything on mine as far as
Test Drive is getting a new game, I guess, but other than that, like I said, nothing really jumping out at me as far as games. Yeah, cool. Well, that was a good one.
Yep.
Yeah, super fun. I think our conversations went really well. I thought the Assassin's Creed was really good.
Mm-hmm.
I should probably start clipping this stuff out at some point in time.
Yeah, totally. Very, very good.
Here's a trailer called A Heavy Morning. And it's just like a woman. You know what? I'm not even going to touch that.
Uh-oh.
Took one look and changed your mind, huh?
Yeah, I'm just going to pass by that one.
Quick little snippet from IGN. Not all games were created equal. Original Saints Row devs say that Grand Theft Auto 6 deserves to be $100.
Yeah, I saw that headline earlier too.
Oh,
And maybe,
it's cute.
maybe it does. Maybe it does. Who knows?
Yeah, I don't give a damn.
They're rumored to have spent close to $1 billion on GTA 6. That's the rumor. And here's the thing. You could charge. We talked about this before. How games like the early 64 games were up in the $80 range and stuff like that, and like somewhere around the early 2000s to mid 2000s, we thought 60 was the going price for all games. But for the most part, like they can sell it for 100, and there's going to be a bunch of drooling morons that buy it. It's going to be a console exclusive first anyway, so it's not even going to come to PC at the beginning. I don't think.
True.
Okay, so I've got news for you real quick about Battlefield. Someone's just posting saying that if you're having issues with challenges not tracking in Battlefield 6, try to do them in any other mode than Conquest. Barely any of the challenges track in Conquest mode, but they work all the time in other modes.
I've been doing every other mode besides Conquest, and they're not tracking for me. So
interesting, because this is what somebody's saying with the heal teammates with support and stuff like that is not tracking. So
I don't know. I'll keep messing around with it. What was I saying about? Fuck, I forgot. Shit.
Roll back the stream real quick. I tell you.
Yeah, what was I talking about?
Nintendo 64 games were up in the $80 range. PlayStation. So
you're so we're talking about GTA 6 going up to $100.
Yep.
Right. The thing is, they'll sell it for $100, and then the online mode comes out, and then they're still going to sell microtransaction shark cards and shit. I mean, that's just it. Like, to me, it seems super scummy to try to charge $80 and $90 for these games when you know you're going to have some kind of fucking microtransaction bullshit and make even more money off of that stuff anyway. Why not just sell it for a 70 or 80, or sell it for 70, 69.99 or whatever, and then fucking make your good $1 jillion on the fucking online store. It looks really pretty. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I'm sold about GTA. Maybe people will get it like, oh, the single player story is really fucking cool and it's got some really cool this or that, and maybe it gets glowing reviews, and I might try it when it comes to PC eventually. But right now, the trailers are pretty. I'm not hyped about the game. You know, I look at some of the stuff that's on it. I'm like, it looks really fucking cool, man. There's like a fucking 8K shot of her fucking alcoholic drink sitting on the pool. When you zoom in on it, you can see it fucking reverses the image behind it, and you can see through it. And I mean,
Yeah.
it's really fucking cool. No lie. But
All right, I give up. There's literally it's Battlefield. My timeline is cursed at this point. I tried. I scrolled till 2 days, and it was literally just Battlefield and anime titties. Nothing else. So, not that I'm complaining, but when you're trying to find the latest stuff, and everybody's just talking about Battlefield and anime titties, I mean, what more do you need in life?
Yep.
Anime thighs. That's what you need. Just not on Twitch, right, Nemo?
Had myself muted. Fire truck. Yes. Anime thighs are scary, and Twitch will ban you because they're scared of thick thighs. All they want is a slump liker.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's sad. All right.
I'm still excited to see where that court case is going between what was it?
The Twitch or
Discord, Reddit, Twitch, and all that.
Okay.
I remember it was supposed to start on the 8th, but I haven't seen anything come about it on my timeline, and I've been looking.
It'll be interesting what ends up happening then.
Yeah.
All right.
Hell yeah. Well, that was a good that's a good podcast. Like I said, next week, we'll be back next week. For sure these guys will. I'm not sure where I'll be. I'm gonna try to jump in on my phone or something. And then yeah, we'll just go from there. And hopefully the week after that, maybe, depending on how long it takes for me to get my internet shit set up. But I will be back to hosting hopefully soon once I get back to actual fast internet again. So
Yep.
yeah. So anyway, yeah.
Thank you, everybody, for joining.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. It's been a blast.
What the fuck? Yeah, anyway, we'll see you guys next time. Sorry, I saw something really fucking weird.
He's getting sidetracked.
I was like, wait, are we about to get one last thing before we go? Wait, but
there is one line. It's really gross.
I don't know. After furry underwear, I don't know if you could beat it.
You want to bet?
Ugh, darn, that's oh god.
What have you done?
Oh, I saw this. I saw this fucking earlier today. How to grow mushrooms on your feet from Zach D Films. Oh god, I have seen too much of his shit. And yes, it is technically plausible, but it's fucked up how you get there. I don't know. I think I take the furry fucking underwear at this point.
Yeah.
I think that's just weird, but let's be real. Who wants to buy furry coochie fucking underwear? Just grow your own shit out. El natural, right? Isn't that the thing?
The problem is somebody's going to.
Yep. Somebody who's got a bush fetish and his girl don't got bush. All right, let's leave before this goes spiraling out of control.
Yep. Sorry, before I find something else weird. We gotta see you guys next week.
Run!
See y'all again.
Be free.